on the CSN Radio Network. The ITT Tech pregame show is brought to you by ITT Technical Institute. We are now online at itt-tech.edu. Live from Little Rock, Arkansas, the Arkansas Travelers are on the air. Hello once again, everybody. A very pleasant good evening to you. This is Phil Elson along with Nathan Christian tonight on the Creative Sports Network. Tonight, Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present your Arkansas Travelers and the Wichita Wranglers in Game 4 of a 5-game series. It is a beautiful day for baseball in Little Rock. Very clear skies tonight. 73 degrees before game time, and the Arkansas Travelers playing some of the best baseball that we've seen them play over the last few seasons. They've won 6 of their first 7 ball games, including a come-from-behind win last night as the Travs scored 6 times in the 8th inning. Reggie Willits connected on a 3-run triple. That was the big base hit of that inning, and the Travs went on to a 7-2 win. Nathan, you missed the last couple of games. 1 loss, 1 win. It's a good thing we won yesterday, because otherwise you'd have thought we were losing because you weren't here.
Bill, when the Travs lost and I found out about it, I was absolutely hysterical. I knew that I'd caused it, and then when the Travs won last night, I came to the realization that I had absolutely nothing to do with it.
And that's a nice thing. It's a free feeling.
Yes, I was much happier. And plus, I realized that now I'm not going to have to go on the road with you for a few weeks and lose my job.
Which is probably a good thing.
Right.
You got a good thing going over there at that other stage.
I think so.
Tonight, the Travs have Ervin Santana taking the mound. He's had such great stuff this year in one start. He made the 7-inning performance, allowing only 4 hits. 5 of those innings, no-hit innings. And the Travs went on to a victory over the Springfield Cardinals. Catch Ervin while you can, because I don't think he's going to be here very long. Things look pretty good for the Travs to pick up a victory tonight with Santana going against Devon Lowery. Lowery, a right-hander who gave up 7 runs in a loss to the Tulsa Drillers, his first time out this year. So as of right now, things looking pretty good for the Arkansas Travelers. Where does the attitude come from the Travs this year? They have a never-say-die attitude. I personally think, besides the fact it's coming from the players, it's coming from the top. It's coming from manager Tom Gamboa. We sit down and chat with Tom after these words on the ITT Tech pregame show here on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
As an aircraft avionics technician, I repair just about any electronic component on the airplane.
Jared Lampkin earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2003 and an Associate of Applied Science degree in 2002 from the ITT Technical Institute in Birmingham, Alabama.
My bachelor's from ITT Tech is a really well-respected degree. The school has a lot of hands-on teaching, and it's a really nice atmosphere.
At ITT Technical Institute, you can pursue skills that can be used to help you prepare for a new career or create opportunities in your current field. Call 1-800-ITT-TECH. That's 1-800-ITT-TECH. Or visit us on the web at www.itt-tech.edu to investigate a campus nearest you. Find a potential new path to your future at ITT Tech.
I want to move higher, get everything I can, fly my own plane.
ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
Brewery, can I help you?
Hi, I just bought a 6-pack of your beer, and I think there's something missing in it. There's no taste in the beer.
There's no taste.
I was hoping maybe somebody in shipping could send me flavor. Like, I'm not trying. All I want is flavor.
Sir, there's no
Is there like a flavor distribution center in my neighborhood? I'll pick it up.
No, there's no center.
I'll tell you what. I got some Miller Lights here. That'll do the trick. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Sonic presents a mascot proposal.
Hey, Pete. Yeah? I think the extra long cheese coney would be a great mascot.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be on the sidelines, like, shooting chili out of cannons. I don't think people are going to like that. And then it could put mustard in their eyes, like whipping people with himself, like...
Most people want mascots to just be, like, friendly. Like, oh, look at the funny extra long cheese coney.
I want my mascot shooting chili, whipping people, and throwing mustard in their eyes.
Sonic. Nothing goes better with sports.
The Arkansas Travelers today playing against the Wichita Wranglers in Game 4 of this 5-game series. Travs have taken 2 of the first 3 games of this series. Last night might have been the most exciting game that we've seen in a week that's been nothing but exciting games. And as we talk with the Travs manager, Tom Gamboa, Tom, last night, seeing a 5-run rally, or 6-run rally, actually, in the 8th inning, I guess that the motto for this team seems to be, and I've noticed it just over a week, never say die. And I get the feeling that this comes from the top. It comes from you.
Well, the players make it happen, Phil. There's no question about that. But yeah, if there's one thing as a manager that I've tried to instill with all the teams I've had, and you hit it right on the head. I spent 7 years in Mayaguez, Puerto Rico, in the Winter League, and we always had a team slogan down there, Nunca dice muere, which in Spanish means never say die, because one of the attractions to me as a kid to baseball more than the other sports was that in football and basketball, you actually have a clock that tells you when the game is over. Even though there's time left to play, there's not enough for a team to overcome a deficit. But in baseball, as long as you have an out left, in my 30 years in this business, I've seen so many miraculous comebacks that I think as a manager or a coach, when you can instill a belief in your players to play hard for the whole 27 outs, regardless of the outcome, that the effort be a never-say-die attitude, and when you can get everybody to firmly believe that we're always only 1 inning away from getting back in the game, regardless of what the deficit is, not that it's going to happen every night, but you create an opportunity for good things to happen. And it's one of the reasons why I've always believed in playing a very aggressive game. I don't believe in waiting for things to happen. I'd rather take charge of the action, try to make things happen, because when you play an aggressive game, then you force your players to play harder, because they have to be more, rather than waiting for the 3-run homer, your players are in tune. Are we going to delay? Are we going to steal? Are we going to hit and run? Are we going to double steal? So it keeps them alive, and it's always the one thing I felt as a manager you can do to instill life in your club is to create action. And certainly the scouting staff of the Angels has done a tremendous job in the quality of player that they've signed, not only in terms of the physical ability, but my gosh, the character and the makeup of the players that I saw throughout the organization, from Mike Scioscia's club on down, and the tone that Scioscia sets, where it's not work, it's fun. This is your trade. Enjoy it, because your career is going to go by in the blink of an eye. So play it with a passion. And, Mike certainly brings that to the table, and I think we all feed off him. And, as you alluded to, we got 133 more to play. But these first 7, I am very, very pleased with the not only the outcome, but the process, the energy that the players bring to the park, to their early work, to BP, and to the 9 innings that we play on the field. It's been 100% all out, and I think I know I've had a lot of nice compliments from the fans here, some that have waited till we come out after the game, saying how enjoyable it is to watch the team play. And I can't control the wins and losses or predict what the outcome is going to be, but I can demand and guarantee the people that they're going to see guys play with a lot of energy and literally leave their hearts out in the field. And as a manager, I'm having a great time watching them play.
Well, a number of times you've told me how much fun I'm going to have broadcasting for this team, and the other people that are working for the team, how much fun we're going to have. And, we've all bought into it as well. I want to ask you about tonight's starting pitcher for the Travelers. That's Ervin Santana. I just get the feeling whenever he goes out there, this team will always have a chance to win a game no matter what. But when he's out there, he's got really, really good stuff, overpowering stuff at this level and probably at any other level. You've seen Santana pitch, I guess, for a couple of months now at spring training. And tell me what you think about him. And tell me if you think that he's matured as a pitcher since you've seen him.
Yeah, and it's you can't say enough good things about Ervin. He's a quality young guy as a person, and certainly on the physical aspects. His stuff is electric. He has a chance, provided he stays healthy, within the next couple years. We look for Ervin to be a quality number 1 or 2 starter in the big leagues. you're talking about a guy that can throw 93 miles an hour with movement, has an electric slider with late tilt, meaning the ball literally changes planes, and a third pitch is a changeup. And his last outing was very dominant, and it's just I wasn't here in the past, but I guess he's had a little shoulder trouble in the past, and but he's 100% now, and I don't know how long we'll have him, but we're certainly going to enjoy watching him pitch while he's with us, and he's got a very, very bright future ahead of him. There's no doubt about that.
Do you get the sense he might be on the fast track if he continues with success here in Arkansas?
Well, he pitched very well in the big leagues, and because of the time that he missed last year with his injury, I mean, that's one of the reasons the Angels wanted to start him at the AA level, and I would certainly anticipate, and I would hope that at some time this year that Ervin's going to be a little closer to the big leagues, pitching at the AAA level, and it's certainly within the realm of possibility of all of our minor league prospects that I certainly wouldn't rule out the possibility of him pitching in Anaheim should the need arise on their staff, and should he continue to progress under the tutelage of Keith Comstock and Mike Butcher, our pitching coordinator, and just keep his focus.
Tom, thanks very much for your time. We've enjoyed the first week, and looking forward to the rest of the season. Thanks again.
Yeah, me too, Phil, and thanks. I enjoyed talking to you.
The Texas League tonight comes up after these words on CSN from Bale Honda.
Arkansas's #1 Honda volume dealer in the state and district leader in total customer satisfaction is Bale Honda at 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. They have a wide variety of Honda cars and trucks. Coming soon next month is the Honda Ridgeline that will pole vault Honda into the truck market. Bale Honda is open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 until 7, and on Sundays from 1 till 6. Their service department is also open Monday through Fridays from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Give them a call today at 227-7000 for your automotive needs. Bale Honda at 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. When it comes to a full line of office products, the name is Central Office Products, 4412 MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock. They've been in business on MacArthur Drive for 23 years. They give free delivery anywhere in Central Arkansas. They have office furniture, office supplies, scratch and dent furniture, and they're family owned and operated. Give them a call today at 758-1050 or see them on the website at www.centralofficepro.com.
The Air Force is the only branch of service with its own community college. It's called the Community College of the Air Force, and it makes a difference. You see, in the Air Force, you earn college credit for learning your job. You can earn an associate's degree in one of 66 career fields. Your job experience goes farther in the Air Force. For more information, call 1-800-423-USAF or log on at airforce.com. Cross into the blue with the U.S. Air Force. No one comes close.
If you're a fan of sports in Arkansas, then this summer, CSN is the place to be. As we'll bring you Arkansas Travelers baseball, Arkansas Twisters football, and Arkansas Archangels basketball. In May, it's for high school baseball and softball tournaments and state championship games. In June, it's for high school all-star games. And in July and August, we'll bring you the American Legion state tournaments and championship games. Sports action all summer long right here on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
and that was Crystal Persuasion, a female barbershop quartet from Hot Springs Village with tonight's national anthem. Quickly, we'll get to the Texas League tonight. Recapping last night's action, Springfield won their second straight, 8-3 over the Tulsa Drillers, with Papo Bolivar hitting his second home run of the year and had 3 RBIs. Meanwhile, the Frisco Rough Riders defeated Corpus Christi 6-2. Jason Hart hit his second home run, a 3-run shot. Rashad Eldridge had a couple of base hits, and Josh Root got the win with 6 strong innings. Midland sent San Antonio to their third straight loss, 4-3 the final score. Myers a home run for the Rockhounds, and Brannon got the win. Leading the standings today, see the Travs in the East Division, 3 games up on Tulsa and Springfield. In the West Division, the Midland Rockhounds 5-2. They're a game up on San Antonio, 2 ahead of Frisco and 3 ahead of Corpus Christi. Action tonight in the league, San Antonio at Midland. It will be Corpus Christi visiting Frisco and Tulsa at Springfield. Every team in the league playing game 4 of a 5-game series will be switching over to a new series starting on Sunday. That is the Texas League tonight. We'll come back with a look at the starting lineups here on the ITT Tech pregame show on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Get in the zone. AutoZone. It's National Car Care Month, so get to AutoZone for great spring savings throughout the store. Like Valvoline Conventional Motor Oil, now only $1.79 a quart. Plus, great car care products like Black Magic Tire Wet, a 23-ounce bottle for just $2.99. You save 40%. Even with record high gas prices, you can still save money on your car. Just get to AutoZone today. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Now, Goldie's Music has assembled over 50 of the greatest rock and roll songs ever recorded in one 3-CD set called Rock and Roll Greats. You'll get Bill Haley and the Comets, Jerry Lee Lewis, the Everly Brothers, Gene Vincent, Brenda Lee, Fats Domino, Danny and the Juniors.
It's just great balls of fire.
Yes, over 50 of the best rock and roll songs in one package, a must for any collection. Nothing but the hits from Carl Perkins, Bobby Day, Lloyd Price, The Platters, Little Richard, The Diamonds, The Beach Boys, and many more. 50 rock and roll greats.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's turning out. Come on, it's the fun.
Plus, the best of the girl groups.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now. That's when I fell for leader of the pack.
Call now and order rock and roll greats. Thanks a great gift. Call 1-800-939-3995. That's 1-800-939-3995. 1-800-939-3995.
Sean Arnell inviting you to listen to Conference Call. All SEC all the time. Join Ken Kincaid and me weekdays 5 to 7 on Conference Call. Vanderbilt, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky. If it's SEC, it's on Conference Call. 5 to 7 weekdays right here on Little Rock's own ESPN 1380.
A presentation of CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network, brings you Arkansas Traveler Baseball. Today's game is brought to you by the ITT Technical Institute online at itt-tech.edu, by Coca-Cola, make it real, by Miller Lite, prevent taste loss with Miller Lite, by Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate, and by the Sonic Drive-In. Arkansas Traveler Baseball is brought to you statewide on the Creative Sports Radio Network by Vail Honda. See the new Honda cars and trucks today. The U.S. Air Force, crossing to the blue. The Bank of the Ozarks with several locations to serve you. And by the Canado Tax Advisory Group. And now, the Texas League Arkansas Travelers.
He is batting 7th, batting 8th, Matt Tupman. He is a catcher, and batting 9th, Brendan King, third baseman. Now, for the Travs, Bill Elsie.
Tonight, Reggie Willits in the leadoff spot. He's in center, and at second base, Alberto Callaspo batting second. Shortstop Erick Aybar hitting in the 3-hole. Cleaning up is Mike Napoli, and he will catch. The 5-hole hitter, Tommy Murphy in right field. David Gates, the designated hitter, hitting 6th. Greg Porter bats 7th. He'll be at third base with Mike Elward batting 8th at first base. Chris Morris rounds out the Travelers starting 9, and he'll be in left field. 1 through 6 has been the same lineup for basically the entire homestand. 8 games, and it's been Willits, Callaspo, Aybar, Napoli, Murphy, and Gates. And then it's just the bottom 3 hitters that have changed now and then, but it's usually Porter and Elward 7 and 8, and either Morris or Adam Pavkovich hitting 9th in the order. You know, you don't want to really screw things up
and really mess the lineup when you've won 6 or 7 ball games.
Yeah, and why not? You don't want to mess with 5 of 6. You're absolutely correct.
Ervin Santana warming up in the pitchers in the bullpen right now for the Travs. Santana, who used to be listed at 6'2", 150 pounds. He has put on some weight. These days, Ervin is listed at 160 pounds. Looks a little bit heavier than 160 pounds, though. Did put on some muscle. Santana, who comes in today with 1 win, no loss. Of course, he only made 1 start, a 7-inning performance against Springfield in which he allowed only 5 base hits, only 4 base hits, no runs, and really dominated the Springfield offense. Now he's taking on the Wranglers, who are hitting only .235 as a team in the first 7 games of the year. So it looks like Santana, not it's going to be easy pickings, but it's a good matchup for him tonight. Devon Lowery takes the hill for the Wranglers. Lowery, a young right-handed pitcher who comes from Belmont, North Carolina. He is 21 years old, and in his first year at AA, he got roughed up by the Tulsa Drillers last week at Wichita's Lawrence Dumont Stadium, surrendering 5 hits and 7 runs in an inning and 2/3 as the Drillers beat him and the Wranglers. Wranglers are 2-5, and they have not had a good start to their season. They've committed at least 1 error in every game, 10 errors overall. Meanwhile, the Travs have only made 4 errors and have allowed just 3 unearned runs. You take a look at Wichita, and the Wranglers have allowed 8 unearned runs. So right now, you just look at the statistics, it'll tell you that the Travs are playing much better baseball than the Wichita Wranglers as they look to take their 3rd win in 4 games in this series. And it's a beautiful night for baseball. Nathan and I were talking about how gorgeous of a day it has been. It's been cold the last couple of nights. Today, it's just picture-perfect weather.
I guess maybe I'm just going to be a fair weather color commentator. I don't know, because this is excellent. This is great. Great night to be out at the park. Oh, I can smell those dogs.
There they are. There they are. You can go get one and just eat it without the bun.
I can do that. You know, you were talking about the pitching matchup in Ervin Santana. Let's not forget that he pitched 5 no-hit innings when the first time we saw him, and it was excellent.
2 of the Travs starting pitchers in the first homestand have flirted with a no-hitter through the first 5 innings. Joe Saunders did it yesterday, and then Santana did it last week. So the starting pitching has just been stalwart for this Traveler Ball Club, with the exception of Stephen Shell, who in 2 starts has had some pretty rough outings. Shell will be starting one of the games in Tulsa, which is fairly close to home. He is from Oklahoma, so hopefully things will turn around for Stephen in his next outing. But I would think Santana is about as close of a sure thing as you can get right now at AA. Here comes Ervin walking slowly down from the right field bullpen. It looks like he is ready to go. He and Mike Napoli discussing something, you would imagine baseball related, as they walk from that bullpen.
Necessarily.
You would hope they're talking baseball.
You would hope they are.
Then again, you realize that, on the pitcher's mound during meetings, they're not always talking baseball. So who knows? Maybe they're discussing music. Santana was listening to some pretty hardcore salsa in the locker room before the ball game.
Well, what's Napoli like?
Napoli, he seems like a quiet, laid-back kind of a guy.
Dave Matthews, something like that?
I'm not sure what kind of music he listens to, but, I'll have to find out at some point. He's one of the only players that hasn't requested his own intro music.
There could be...
I don't think he cares.
There could be a salsa v. laid-back music debate going on. You don't know.
Well, Santana gets into the dugout, so we should take our final break. We'll return with the first pitch of tonight's ball game. Travs looking to make it 7 of 8 to start the season. And we'll be right back after this with a play-by-play on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leasing, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, and Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success.
For more information about graduate degrees from Webster University in Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
Fans, Bill Valentine here with a question. When was the last time you saw the Travs turn to triple play? That's right. I can't remember either. So this year, we're going to celebrate if the Travs manage to turn that trick. $100,000 to one fan if the Travs will complete a triple play during the 6th inning of a home game. You got to be 18 to enter with a valid driver's license, and you must be present to win. It's the Travelers' $100,000 triple play giveaway all season long here at Raywinder Field.
Fire and desire, a mystery of McIntyre. I got the temper, the originality to inspire. I like the taste of Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, solution to visuality, and give life a personality. Do what you do, see you, nothing better, Dr. Pepper.
Ceremonial first pitch of the night, just thrown out by the president and CEO of First Arkansas Bank and Trust, Larry Wilson. The pitch was actually thrown by Tyler Crook, who's out there with Mr. Wilson celebrating his 12th birthday. It is Cabot Jacksonville night at Raywinder Field, and we'd like to thank First Arkansas Bank and Trust for sponsoring a lot of tickets once again. It's been about 5 or 6 years that they've been sponsoring free tickets, along with Sonic Drive-In and our affiliate in Sherwood, Total Sports 1380. Also, thank you to the North Pulaski Leader, the Cabot Star Herald, and the Jacksonville Patriot, great local papers up by 67-167 in the North Pulaski area. Well, Ervin Santana is out there throwing his warm-up pitches, and we're just about set for baseball. First batters, he'll face Mel Stocker, Donnie Murphy, and Josh Presley. Santana, in his last outing, we mentioned the 7 innings in which he allowed only 4 hits. He walked 2. He struck out only 3. And when it comes to Santana, I think a lot of people are expecting high strikeout totals. That's going to come now and then. But the thing for Santana is that he just wants to go out there and get outs. He can't overpower batters. The thing is that occasionally he doesn't even need to throw his hardest in order to pitch as well as he can. He can locate his fastball and make the batters put the ball in play where he wants to. And that really is the mark of a good pitcher, not necessarily strikeouts. I think Ervin still could blow some batters away, put up 10 strikeouts over 7 innings. But there weren't that many tough plays when Santana was pitching.
No, he did what he needed to do when he needed to do it. And as you said, that is the mark of a good pitcher.
Ball gets tossed around the horn. Mike Elworth tosses the infield warm-up ball back to the dugout, and we're ready. Lights haven't yet been turned on. There is no sun on the field right now. Mostly dark on the field, but blue skies up above us, and a perfect night for baseball. Mel Stocker walking up to lead it off for the Wichita Wranglers tonight. He's a switch hitter. He'll bat from the left side. And here comes the first pitch of the night. It's a high fastball. We're underway at 7:13. Stocker, Murphy, and Presley, the first 3 batters to hit today. Stocker did not play yesterday. He went 0 for 5 on Wednesday. Santana's 1-0 pitch, a fastball upstairs again, so he's falling behind Stocker 2-0. Stocker 3 for 14 this year. No homers, no RBIs, 1 double. The 2-0 pitch, and there's a strike, and it's 2-1. Stephen Fritzoni, the plate umpire today. Jason Stein at third base. And the first base umpire, David Rackley, same umpire crew we've had all series. Here's a hard grounder up the middle. And a nice play by Alberto Callaspo down to his knees on a backhand play, and he throws Stocker out. Already pretty nice defensive play, but Stocker hit that ball right on the money.
Just can't get anything through those guys.
No. Callaspo has made only 1 error so far, and that was on a poor throw when he got to a ball that many second basemen wouldn't have gotten to. And then there's Erick Aybar, who's handled all his chances flawlessly. So there's 1 out. We'll put a star next to Callaspo's name for that play. Donnie Murphy, the batter, he takes a strike on a check swing. Well, Santana throwing fastballs to start tonight. And when you throw it in 93 to 95 consistently, why not to start the game? There's a fastball grounded again to Alberto Callaspo. Almost bobbled it, but he recovers. And on to Elward for the 2nd out.
Santana throwing anything but.
Nothing but fastballs so far. He's got that slider, which is a pitch he doesn't really have to show early in the ball game, because if he's getting outs with his fastball, hey, keep throwing it. Obviously, he is going to be throwing hard today. And he might be able to save that breaking pitch and the changeup for the middle innings. Go across the outfield for the Travs. Morris in left, Willits in center, and in right is Murphy. Porter, Aybar, Callaspo, and Elward on the infield from left to right, and Napoli behind the dish again. Napoli hasn't had a day off. He's caught every game. Here's Josh Presley, big left-handed hitter, hitting third, and a swing and a miss as he literally took a golf swing at that pitch.
Yeah, he did. Now that the pitchers have come around, is Tom going to allow them to have a little bit higher pitch count?
Well, it looks like Santana is about at 85 to 90, but I would imagine after the second start of the year for him, it'll get up to about 100. The 0-1, and another strike on the outside edge of the plate to Presley, and the count is 0-2. Presley 7 for 25 this year. Over this series, he's 2 for 10. 4 strikeouts. The 0-2, and that's a high fastball, backing Presley off the plate. Santana not afraid to come inside. And Presley has a very large strike zone. Santana with the next pitch, and the changeup got Presley to almost swing out of his shoes. He pops it up, right side foul grounds, and Elward there to put it away. So Santana looks pretty darn strong to start today's action as he sits down the Wichita Wranglers 1-2-3. Bottom of the first coming up, and Reggie Willits is set to lead it off for the Travs after these words on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Whether it's a parking lot fender bender or a major collision, you want the experience and know-how of auto body specialists to get you back on the road. When your vehicle needs body work, you can count on the experts at McCormick's Body Shop, 24913 Highway 107, 3.5 miles north of the Airbase back gate. McCormick's Body Shop wants to remind you that there are many options when it comes to auto body repair, regardless of what you're told by insurance companies. Be sure to call McCormick's Body Shop for a free estimate. 983-9098, 983-9098. McCormick's Body Shop, 24913 Highway 107.
Mayhem in the AM. Weekday mornings, 7 till 9 on Little Rock's ESPN 1380. May include a guest.
We're talking with the head coach of the Arkansas Travelers, Tom Gamboa. Is it more important for the guys to get better each game, or is it more important to win a game?
I've always stressed equally both, because I've always felt it was my job to not just try to develop a big league player, but to develop a winning big league player.
And who knows, a few sports stories, too.
Mel Kiper, I think it is his mission to badmouth Matt Jones as much as possible.
He's done it all year.
He was on ESPN again last night, and he is category the most overrated, hyped-up player in the draft. None other than Matt Jones.
Mayhem in the AM. Weekday mornings, 7 till 9. Mayhem in the AM on Little Rock's ESPN 1380.
Back at Ray Winder Field with the lights turned on and the crowd still coming in from wherever they're coming from. A late arriving crowd tonight. A lot of stuff going on this weekend in Central Arkansas when it comes to sports. And if you read the column at the bottom of the sports page a couple of days ago, it was written that there's all kinds of things going on in Central Arkansas for sports fans if you love football, if you love horse racing, and if you love basketball. Well, the esteemed sports editor of the Democrat Gazette, however, forgot that there's baseball being played here at Ray Winder Field as well. Go figure.
How could Wally have forgotten?
Oh, I don't know. Same old Mickey Mantle story, I think. But the Arkansas Travelers are proving to be some of the more entertaining sports going on in town these days, as they've jumped ahead of the East Division for a 3-game lead after only 7 games played. Much of that because of the play of Reggie Willits, and he steps into the batter's box and ready to take on Devon Lowery. Willits will take the first pitch from Lowery high. When last we saw Willits, he made the final. He caught the final out of the game yesterday. And he was a huge part of that 8th-inning rally with a bases-clearing 3-run triple. Ball 2 from Lowery low and away, and Willits ahead in the count. Reggie is 12 for 27 to start the year. That's a batting average of .444, and has really been a table setter for this ball club. And the 2-0 pitch is downstairs, ball 3. Willits, Callaspo, and Aybar, 3 switch hitters at the top of the order, as we've seen, and as we will see for the rest of this year, as long as the players are on the ball club. 3-0 to Willits, and there's a strike from Lowery at the letters, perhaps a little bit higher than that. Lowery seems to throw pretty hard in the low 90s. Here's the 3-1 to Willits. And that's down to the dirt for a ball and a leadoff walk to Reggie Willits. So Lowery allows the leadoff man on base. And this is a ball club in the Travs that have gotten on the scoreboard early, scoring the first run in 5 of 7 games. Much of that because Willits has just been put on base so much. He scored 5 runs this year. And now Alberto Callaspo stepping up. He's hitting .357 in 7 games. That's 10 hits out of 28 at-bats. From the stretch is Lowery. And the first pitch. A strike. And that's at the knees, 0-1. Devon Eugene Lowery is 6'1", 190 pounds. Out of Belmont, North Carolina. A former Division I football prospect. He was a high school quarterback and elected to play baseball when the Royals drafted him in 2001 in the 14th round. He has slowly progressed after spending 2 seasons in the Gulf Coast League. He went 6-4 in the Midwest League in 2003 and 9-9 last year in the Carolina League. Callaspo, a little fly ball shallow left. Shane Costa, who's played a very good left field, comes in to make the catch for out number 1. Willits back to first base, so there's 1 away for the 3-hitter Erick Aybar. Now, Nathan, you made a pretty good point when we were talking about Lowery before the ball game started. I noticed in the scouting report about him, it said that he almost went to play Division I college football, but Wake Forest?
Well, that's the rub. I didn't know Wake Forest had a football team.
I wasn't too sure about it either. Here's Erick Aybar, and he's crouching down a little lower than we've seen before. Timeout called by the catcher. Seem to be a lot of quarterback prospects that choose baseball over football first, and sometimes decide to go back to football after the baseball career didn't pan out.
Sure, and don't they have a nice life on campus? Got a little baseball money.
You're older.
Little maturity.
A little. Aybar hitting only 4 for 27 so far. And Willits at first. And this pitch golfed into shallow center. A lazy fly ball, and here comes Stocker to make the routine grab, and there's 2 away. Good pitch by Lowery. Had Aybar in front, and Erick now 4 for 28 as his offensive struggles continue. Well, we've seen it with a lot of players, including Jeff Mathis, last year's traveler catcher. He was a quarterback prospect at Florida State. They were really high on him, and he decided to play baseball instead. There's been a number of others. Chris Winkie was a minor league baseball player before winning the Heisman Trophy. Up to the plate, Mike Napoli, the cleanup hitter. No score, bottom first. And a slider low and away for a ball. Willits hasn't really had much of a chance right now to try to steal a base. Ever since he's been on, Lowery only needed 3 pitches to get 2 outs. Short lead for Reggie. Maybe about 4.5 steps. Here's the 1-0. Napoli, big swing, a foul back, and it's 1-1.
One of the quarterbacks for Arkansas, Cole Barthel, is expected to challenge for the starting quarterback position. He also left on a baseball scholarship straight out of high school, and 4 years later, he's back at the University of Arkansas to try his hand at football.
And that's what he usually turns to, try your hand at football. I mean, who could forget Drew Henson?
Sure.
Henson was a quarterback in college and a standout baseball player. Baseball didn't work out for him. Football still, the question mark is still there.
Some Dallas Cowboy fans already want to forget about him.
Willits running, the pitch low. Here's the throw to second. Reggie is saved. A stolen base, his 3rd of the year. Prospect for the Pirates, recently released J.R. House, he broke all kinds of passing records at Nitro High School in West Virginia and almost decided to play football for the Mountaineers. And baseball hasn't worked out for him either yet. But there's always that ability to go back to college and play college football. Now Lowery, he still is at Double-A at only 21 years old. And Willits trying for 3rd. The pitch outside, the throw. Safe at 3rd. Reggie Willits has turned a walk into a triple. Stealing 2nd and 3rd base. He came into today with 2 steals and on 2 pitches. He gets 2 more. 3-1 the count. Oh. Now the stretch and the pitch. Strike 3 called. That was 3-2 count, and that'll end the inning. And so Willits, although he steals second and third base, he is stranded, and the Travelers do not score in the first inning. We'll go to the second at Raywinder Field after these words on the Creative Sports Network from Bank of the Ozarks.
Checking account, right?
Right.
They're all pretty much the same, right?
Wrong.
Wrong?
Right.
Right.
There are all the other checking accounts, and then there's Max Yield from Bank of the Ozarks.
What's different about Max Yield?
You know Bank of the Ozarks.
Uh-huh.
They are the rate leaders.
Oh.
They have great rates on loans and pay more on checking and CDs.
Okay. They're aggressive.
Or maybe they just want your business a little more.
But what about Max Yield?
You deposit $1,000 or more, and you're going to get a great interest rate. It's that simple.
Max Yield.
From Bank of the Ozarks. Look at it this way. All the other checking accounts around haven't matured yet. They're like checking accounts in training. Max Yield Checking from Bank of the Ozarks has an MBA and earning its reputation. Like a checking account that's grown up.
Oh, I get it. Your money grows up with Max Yield.
That's good.
Thanks.
Max Yield Checking from Bank of the Ozarks. When you're ready for your checking account to grow up. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Call for current rates.
Arkansas's #1 Honda volume dealer in the state and district leader in total customer satisfaction is Vail Honda at 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. They have a wide variety of Honda cars and trucks. Coming soon next month is the Honda Ridgeline that will pole vault Honda into the truck market. Vail Honda is open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 until 7, and on Sundays from 1 till 6. Their service department is also open Monday through Fridays from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m., and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Give them a call today at 227-7000 for your automotive needs. Vail Honda at 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. If you're a fan of sports in Arkansas, then this summer CSN is the place to be, as we'll bring you Arkansas Travelers baseball, Arkansas Twisters football, and Arkansas Archangels basketball. In May, it's for high school baseball and softball tournaments and state championship games. In June, it's for high school all-star games. And in July and August, we'll bring you the American Legion state tournaments and championship games. Sports action all summer long right here on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Leading off for the Wranglers in the second inning. A count of 0-1 already, and Ervin Santana's next pitch inside for a 1-1 count. No score. Travs had a chance to bring a run home in the first inning, but left Reggie Willits at third base. 1-1, Aldridge golfs it. Down the left field line, here comes Chris Morris, running, diving, didn't get it. Aldridge will dig in for second, and he's in there with a stand-up double. Ball not hit well. Off the end of the bat, Aldridge seemed to be fooled by the pitch. But Chris Morris, the Traveler left fielder, was positioned closer to left center rather than dead left field. Plus, the ball was pretty close to the foul line. And although Morris gave 100% effort diving for the ball, couldn't come up with it. So the Wranglers have a scoring opportunity in the first inning. In the second inning. Credit Aldridge with his fourth hit of the series. He's 4 for 10. Justin Huber, the batter, right-handed. And he will hit a fly ball into center. Reggie Willits there to make the catch. So Santana gets that first out without Aldridge advancing to third. An important out for Santana. He has not given up a run yet this year. 8 1/3 innings scoreless for Ervin. Now Shane Costa stepping up. Costa made a nice running catch last inning. And he steps in, left-handed, 3 for 22 this year. Here's the first pitch. Costa swings, grounder to the first baseman Elward on 2 hops. He gloves it. And an unassisted putout for Elward, and this time Aldridge goes to third. So there's 2 outs on just 2 pitches after the double by Aldridge. And now the 7-hitter Mike Aviles stepping in. The shortstop, the top hitter on the Wranglers ball club, 370 average in 7 games. Wichita's team batting average at 235, the 3rd lowest in the Texas League. First pitch to Aviles. And a hanging slider, but he was fooled on it, and he takes strike one. Aviles bent back away from the plate, expecting a pitch to graze him on the inside, but instead it hooked over the heart. Now the 0-1. Same pitch, this time a beautiful slider, and Aviles swings over top of it, strike two. That's the kind of slider that Tom Gamboa was talking about during the pregame interview, in which it's a late break to the slider, and it changes planes. So it's not just a sweeping slider across the plate, it drops down. Now the 0-2 pitch, fastball high. And Aviles guessed wrong on both of them. He did. I mean, he looked like he thought a fastball on the first strike, and I don't know what he thought was coming on the second strike, but he was nowhere near it. Now the 1-2. Inside, almost hit Aviles. That time Ervin almost let one loose that got Aviles on the chin, and it sounded like it frightened you, Nathan.
Aviles had to get out of there quick.
To the stretch, Santana. 2 outs, runner at third, top of the second, and here it is. Slider downstairs, and that time Aviles was ready for the slider and did not offer. Full count. On deck is Matt Tupman. Santana with a great fastball. What will he come with on 3-2? Here's the pitch. Slider low, and he walks him. Well, he had so good success with the first 2 sliders that he was trying to get Aviles to go fishing for one, and instead he walks him. Number 8 batter, Matt Tupman stepping in. He's the catcher, left-handed. Sat out of yesterday's ball game with the lefty Joe Saunders pitching, and his counterpart Jared Price went 1 for 4. Tupman started on Wednesday. He had an RBI single as part of the Wranglers' 6-5 win. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. Santana settles into the stretch. The first pitch. High and outside, a fastball that rode way out of the strike zone. Ball 1. Tupman takes a deep breath as he steps back in there. 5'11", 180 pounds. Santana is ready. He deals low. So Ervin was ahead on Aviles. The previous batter, 0-2. He has now missed on 6 consecutive pitches. Runner at first is Aviles. At third, Aldridge after his leadoff double. A 2-0 count. The pitch. Ball 3, and another fastball that seems to be getting away from Ervin. It's riding high and outside of the left-handed hitter. And at least momentarily, Ervin Santana has lost his command. Napoli out to the mound for a quick talk with Santana, see if he can figure out what the problem is.
And that conversation was not about salsa music.
Definitely not. Santana trying to bear down here and retire Tupman, but he's behind him 3-0. Next pitch, a high strike called, 3-1. On deck is Brennan King. Now a 3-1 pitch. Strike 2. Tupman taking all the way. Santana found the inside corner. So a full count. That'll set the runner Aviles off from first base. Elwood still playing behind him. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a drop foul tip by Mike Napoli. Santana came with a hard fastball, knee high. And Tupman barely scraped the skin of the ball with his bat. Still 3-2. Here it comes. And there it goes, a line drive to left. Here comes Chris Morris coming in and making the catch. So the Wranglers threaten. A couple of men on base on a hit and a walk, but strand both of them. That's it for the Wranglers in the second inning. Bottom of the second coming up. Still no score at Ray Winder Field here on the Travelers Radio Network on CSN.
Witnessing some intense pain here, folks. Throbbing muscles, swollen joints. This is pure torture. We're talking total body suffering. Not even the internal organs are...
Bob,
The game hasn't started yet.
Game? I'm talking about me.
Don't let orthopedic discomfort interrupt your life. Learn to manage it with Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas, the state's leaders in orthopedic medicine. To reach a specialist or for more information, call Baptist Health Helpline at 227-8478 and get back in the game.
Oh, I can feel that hit up here.
I never wanted a Coke so bad in my life. Like the time I went in a shop till you drop a phone with my girlfriend. So there I am pinballing from store to store across the vast expanse of this mega mall, forced to give my opinion on her clothing choices, which she promptly ignored. I think it was from all the, yeah, that looks great, honey, but I was parched. Only one thing was going to unparch me, a Coke. I would have cried, but I couldn't spare the fluid. So next time I go shopping, it'll be online. Coca-Cola. Make it real.
And it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
The Arkansas Travelers will send Tommy Murphy, David Gates, and Greg Porter to bat in the second inning as the Wichita Wranglers left a couple men on base in the top of the second. I'm Phil Elson. Good to have Nathan Christian back after a couple of nights. I understand you and your co-host Justin had a good time last night downtown.
Had a great event supporting Carti, and had a tremendous number of people.
Would like to say Carti is a proud supporter of the Travs, and they're going to be bringing I think a group of 40 or 50 kids out to San Antonio when the Travs are there, and they're going to be cheering on the Travelers at Wolf Stadium.
We appreciate the support. They were expecting 200 to 300. They had about 5. It's fantastic.
And it's all because of you?
I think it's just a good organization. I'll take a little credit.
I see you working. Tommy Murphy leads off from the left side against Devon Lowery. Murphy was ready to drag bunt, and he took a pitch for a strike. Tommy was working on the drag bunt yesterday. It's something that we haven't seen him do very much, and he's got outstanding speed. And batting to the left side, that drag bunt is a good weapon to have. Pitch downstairs, and it's 1-1. Tom Gamboa, along with Bruce Hines, the field coordinator of the Angels, are working on that drag bunt with Murphy. Now the 1-1 from Lowery. Change up high, 2-1. Tommy more of a slashing type of a hitter, but if he's able to bunt for base hits, be able to get at least one bunt hit a week. The 2-1 downstairs, and it's 3-1. Murphy yesterday, 1 for 4. He did score a run as part of that 8th inning rally to win the game. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on, and a line drive deep into right field. That one's going to go back to the wall, and it's gone. So much for the drag bunt. How about a home run? First of the season for Tommy Murphy as he circles the bases to put the Travs ahead 1-0. 3-1 pitch, Phil, and he was swinging all the way, got all over it. Absolutely. Sitting dead red fastball, felt high. Thank you very much, Devon Lowery. As Murphy connects on his first home run, and now the Travs this season have hit 5 homers. David Gates leads the team with 3 long balls. It takes a high breaking pitch from Lowery, ball 1. And Gates, not only the Traveler team leader, he leads the league in home runs with 3. And is also on top of the league in RBIs at 7. Pitch fouled away by Gates on a big swing. And it's a 1-1 count. Tommy Murphy had been 6 for 24 until that line drive, and that was a beautiful swing. Hit it over the Stevens investment banker sign. It got over the fence by maybe a few feet. The 1-1, half swing, slow grounder to the second baseman Murphy, and that's an easy put out at first, 1 away. Murphy's home run certainly wasn't a no-doubter. Not one of those high arcing shots that you know is gone right off the bat, but it sounded good. Had a nice crack on it.
Did, and you couldn't tell by the jump that the right fielder got on it.
Just got over the fence. Good enough. Travs will take it. Now Greg Porter stepping in. Porter, a couple hits yesterday, scored twice, took one walk. Left-handed hitter, first pitch. And a strike on the outside corner. The home run off of Lowery. It's the first he's given up this year. Pitch down and inside. Porter was trying to get away from that pitch, almost carried the bat through, but he did not. 1-1. Thing is, the Wranglers, although they dropped 4 of 5 to Tulsa to start the season, they didn't allow a home run until a couple of days ago. Big swing by Porter, a foul ball. 1-2. Gates hit that home run 2 nights ago that went into the scoreboard 2/3 of the way up. That was the first home run the Wranglers allowed, and now Murphy connecting on his home run, the second that Wichita has given up. The 1-2 to Greg Porter in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Another check swing, but he didn't go anywhere close to coming around. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The previous foul ball got the home plate umpire right on the ankle, and seems to have shaken it off. These plate umpires have to be tough. The 2-2 to Porter. Swung on, grounded, and into right field. Base hit. Porter's been hitting a lot of ground balls recently, but he's been finding the gaps in the infield. 2 of them up the middle yesterday, and now the one between first and second today. Base hit number 2 of the inning. A runner at first for Mike Elward. You know, Nathan, you mentioned about plate umpires taking one on the ankle. The third base umpire, Jason Stein, last year was calling balls and strikes, and he was hit by a foul ball. I think it might not have even been a foul ball. It was just a pitch that the catcher did not catch. He completely missed it, and it nailed Stein on his right wrist, and it broke his wrist. I mean, it was sick. Here's Elbert. A strike on the first pitch, and Tommy Adam, our scoreboard operator, remembers that. It was gross, wasn't it, Tommy? And we were looking through our binoculars, and you could see that wrist was busted. No doubt about it. This guy's wrist is broken. But he's okay now, and he's back umpiring. 0-1 and a throw to first. Back in, Porter standing up. Umpires wear it just as much as everybody else does, and their protective equipment isn't quite as heavy as the catcher's equipment. And a stretch by Lowery. Long pause. The pitch to Elwood. Nice breaking ball for strike 2. Elwood 6 for 22 this year. No homers, no RBIs. 1 double, his only extra base hit. I mean, remember the old days of the umpires using those giant kind of foam boards almost that they would hold in front of them. I think that's the kind of stuff that Bill Valentine used to use when he was an umpire in the American League. 0-2 to Elwood is upstairs. Ball 1. Looked like a hockey goalie. Exactly. What is a hockey goalie? I seem to have forgotten. Or you're going to have to watch a college game. I think so. And that season is over now. And these days, umpires have that protective gear underneath their outer shirt. 1-2 to Elwood in the dirt. And it hits the umpire again. Here for second base goes Porter. He had to dance away from a tag, but he's out. Well, I'll tell you what, Matt Tupman can thank Stephen Bertoni, the plate umpire, for blocking that pitch for him, because Tupman didn't even touch it. Play at second goes 2-6. Porter did a pretty nice job of standing up on the tag and trying to avoid the tag. And from up here, it looks like he actually stepped over the glove and got it on the base. I don't want to be too critical of that call because it is a good piece from here, but I thought the same thing. But Jason Stein was right on top of it, and a lot of times it doesn't matter if somebody dances over a tag. If the ball beats the runner by that much, and Porter was out by a wide margin. 3-2 to Elwood, low, ball 4, and he takes his base with 2 outs. Now, you want to talk about somebody wearing it already. Fritzoni has had 2 pitches hit him, and I just saw that Tupman turn around towards him. I don't know if he apologized or said something, but he might. I would imagine he said, "Hey man, sorry, I'll get at these next time." And Frizzoni touched him on the back as if to say, hey, man, don't worry about it. I know you'll get it. Here's Chris Morris, left-handed hitter. First pitch well outside for a ball. 1-0 is the score. Travs in front on a homer by Tommy Murphy to start the second inning. I like Frizzoni's strike call. Very demonstrative. No question about it. It's almost like a punch. Real quick with that right hand. Now the 1-0 pitch. Morris swings, a liner into right field, falling in, base hit. Elwood goes to second, and the Travs have a couple of base hits, 3 hits this inning. Now, I'm not a big fan of if, but if Frizzoni had not blocked that ball, we would have been in good position just then. That might have scored a run. And I think Tupman might owe Steve Frizzoni a Christmas card, at least. Travs have a chance to get ahead by a couple runs here. The top hitter, Reggie Willits, stepping in. Reggie's already been on base once today, a walk, stole second and third, meaning he's now reached in every game this year, 8 in a row. At second base, Elwood, Morris at first. And the first pitch to Reggie. He takes it low, ball 1. Umpires and catchers have a pretty trustful relationship because the umpire's health has a lot to do with the catcher's ability. And they always usually need to remain somewhat friendly. 1-0 to Willits. Swing and a miss. Nice off-speed delivery from Lowery. It's 1-1. Umpires and catchers occasionally carry on a running conversation throughout the ball game. Now, what did they talk about? It's a good question. Maybe the game, maybe people in the stands. The strike zone, I'm sure, is mentioned now and then. The 1-1, Willits takes away, and it's 2-1. Maybe they talk about Valentine and his singing. You're talking about the bingo spot, aren't you? I am indeed. I heard you guys play it on the zone today on the Buzz, and we've been playing it on our radio broadcast on CSN as well. It's catching fire all throughout town. 2-1 to Willits. Swung on, fouled off over the bleachers at third base, and it's a 2-2 count on the Travelers center fielder. As a longtime fan of Bill Valentine, I think it might be the greatest commercial I've ever heard. You guys played it twice today, didn't you? We did. Now, I was driving away from your studio as you guys played it the first time up Cantrell Hill. I almost crashed. I understand. Please take into account that people are driving. They need to be safe. I'm sure they'll play it on the broadcast sometime today. Now the stretch. Willits takes a slider inside. Close pitch and a very good eye. In fact, I put out an all-points bulletin for you. I said, you can find Elson. He's probably in a ditch in a Honda Accord. Help him out. Thankfully, the giant Aerostar van swerved out of the way at the last moment. 3-2 count. Runners get a head start. The pitch lined into center field, a base hit. And Elwood comes around third. And the throw goes to second. Elwood scores. 2-0 Arkansas. Morris advances to third base, and Reggie Willits continues to pound Wrangler pitching. 9 for 15 Willits is in this series with 4 runs batted in. A 2-0 Traveler lead. And starting to open things up here in the second inning. Catcher Tupman out to the mound to Lowery as they discuss things. So Lowery now, and just talking this season, has pitched under 3 innings and has allowed 9 runs. Well, we're in the second inning right now. He's thrown a lot of pitches. He's working pretty deep in the count, and Willits really worked that count perfectly. It looked like he was sitting on a fastball. Lowery threw him a couple of pretty good breaking pitches. Now let's see what's going on here. Frank White, the Wichita manager, discussing something with Frizzoni, the plate umpire. And Frank back into his position at the third base dugout. They might be seeing if somebody missed one of the bases. Well, the catcher Tupman walks in front of the plate, flashes signs to the infielders. Stepping in, Callaspo. And it doesn't look like they're going to appeal at any of the bases. Lowery goes to the stretch. Callaspo flied out in the first. And he'll swing and pop the first pitch up. Left side of the infield. King gives way to the shortstop. Aviles makes the catch. And the second inning over, but the Travs score a couple of runs. Murphy's homer. Willits with a 2-out RBI single. Travs strand 2. 2-0 Arkansas. Top of the third coming up after this on the TSN Arkansas Traveler Radio Network.
Home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3-a-day today? The power of cheese.
In a Peanuts cartoon, Charlie Brown rests his head in his hands while leaning on the wall looking miserable. His friend Lucy approaches. She says, "Discouraged again, huh, Charlie Brown?" Charlie Brown doesn't even answer. "You know what your trouble is?" Lucy asks. Without waiting for a response, she announces, "The whole trouble with you is that you are you." Charlie Brown says, "Well, what in the world can I do about that?" Lucy replies, "I don't pretend to be able to give advice. I merely point out the trouble." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, it's easy to be that person who only points out the trouble. Today, be the person who comes up with a solution.
The Church at Rock Creek has 4 weekend services. Worship times are Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
Travs out ahead of the Wichita Wranglers by a score of 2-0. Ervin Santana's first pitch of the inning is fouled off for a strike. Batter is Brennan King, the number 9 hitter. Santana, over 2 innings, has allowed 1 hit and 1 walk. Here's a half swing and a tapper back to Ervin. He takes care of Brennan King, 1-3. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Travelers in the second inning. Tommy Murphy started the frame with a home run to right field. Reggie Willits had a 2-out, run-scoring single to center. And the way Santana has pitched in 2 starts, things looking good. Top of the order, Mel Stocker is the batter from the left side, and Santana starts with a strike. Corners come up. Elward in at first base a little further in than Porter at third. Middle infielders are back. Santana, hands over the head, the kick and the 0-1 pitch, and it hit Stocker, got him on the head. Ouch. Stocker stays up, tosses the bat, and he'll make his way down the first base line. Santana has had a few pitches get away from him in the early going. Happened in the second inning a couple of times. That one certainly did. I would say so. Stocker at first, he's okay. Good thing they invented batting helmets. Murphy, the batter. That's Donnie Murphy. And to the stretch goes Ervin Santana. With a first pitch, the runner goes. And a swing and a foul ball up and out of play. We can see the Wranglers trying to get aggressive here in the third inning. Hit and run on the first pitch to Murphy. Donnie Murphy grounded out to Alberto Callaspo in the first inning. Over the series, he's 3 for 11. Right-handed hitter steps in. Deep in the box, waves the bat. He's choking up by an inch. Napoli sets up inside, and a throw to first. Chasing Stocker in there, standing up. Murphy, 5'10" from Surprise, Arizona. Another throw to first. And again, Stocker is in there. Mel Stocker has attempted 1 steal, and he was successful. There hasn't been much base stealing against the Travs this year, not yet at least. Stocker has a pretty good lead. Here's the pitch. He doesn't go. a slider, and it's just outside for a ball, 1-1. Traveler catchers have caught 2 runners stealing. There's only been 1 stolen base against the Travelers this season. And pitchers have caught 1 man stealing and picked another one off. 1-1 on Donnie Murphy, 1 away, and a 2-0 lead for the Travs. A pitch out, a throw to first by Napoli. Stocker read that one. He's in there, back at first. 2 balls and a strike on Donnie Murphy. Infield at double play depth. Elward will hold Stocker on. And the pitch. Check swing, a slider. Did he go? No. First base umpire Rackley puts his hand out, indicating Murphy stayed back. 3 balls and a strike. Now 3-1 is always a good hit and run count. Runner stays. The pitch low, ball 4. So Ervin Santana, after retiring the first batter, hits Stocker on the head and walks Donnie Murphy. So Ervin has walked 2 batters, allowed 1 hit, and the 1-hit batsman. We've seen him get in a little trouble, both in this game and his previous start. Able to pitch himself out of it. He did strain a couple men in the second. Now Josh Presley stepping in. Presley fouled out in the first. Big left-handed hitter, 2-0 Arkansas. A pickoff move to second, not in time. Stocker is one of the only base-stealing threats on this Wrangler ball club. Wichita not too much of a running team. They've stolen 6 bases this year in 7 attempts. And the first pitch on the way, Presley takes a strike. Travs have already stolen 2 bases today, meaning 12 on the year, leading the Texas League. But they've also had more men caught stealing than any other team, 6. That goes along with the territory of being an aggressive base-running club. Presley 7 for 26, still without an RBI. And he's holding the bat pretty down on the handle. Swing and a miss on the 0-1 pitch. 0-2. Runner at second, Stocker, and at first, Donnie Murphy. The infield playing for 2. Porter off the line at third with a left-handed hitter up the plate. Long look in there for Santana as he slowed things down in the 3rd inning. Last start for Santana, Nathan, I mean, he wasn't even taking more than 7 seconds before he would throw a pitch. Now back to the stretch is Santana. Ervin checks second, he deals, and a pop-up by Presley. Shortstop, Aybar, 1 step into left field, makes the catch. The infield fly rule was called, and Aybar got a little cute with that catch. He did. Kind of off to the side. Find as if he was going to drop it. And he knew the infield fly was going to be called, and so it didn't really matter to him. 2 outs, and here's the most dangerous hitter in the Wrangler lineup, Corey Aldridge. We saw that Tuesday night. Game-tying home run with 2 strikes and 2 outs in the 9th inning. Travs still won that game. Aldridge left-handed. He takes one for a strike. They're still not over it. And we won. And they did win that game. Aldridge's home run, though, was a shock. That was no doubt. And over this series, Aldridge 4 for 10. He had a bloop double in the 2nd inning today. Travs up by 2. Wranglers have 2 on and 2 away. And Santana comes plateward. Swing and a miss. Aldridge swung at a pitch that was inside, and it was pretty close to his belt buckle. I mean, that almost hit him. And he wasn't at all committed to it. Well, he got turned around. He tried to hold the swing back, but he'd already let his body take him through. Santana ahead 0-2. Still isn't struck a batter out. Here's that 0-2 pitch. Foul ball. It came with a slider. Aldridge just able to stay on it. Still 0-2 on Aldridge. The score, Arkansas 2 and Wichita 0. Stands continue to fill up. The bleachers, and there was nobody sitting in the bleachers when the first pitch was thrown. They're about packed right now. Santana steps off the rubber. Wonder how many of those are free tickets from Cabot in Jacksonville. From First Arkansas Bank and Trust. Now the 0-2 pitch. Aldridge swings and a high fly foul. That one might be the highest fly ball we've seen this year. It's a rainmaker. And it gets into the parking lot, maybe even hitting the Wichita bus, which is resting quietly in the parking lot just up against the freeway fence. Maybe not quite as quietly now. Might be a hole in it. So it's been a couple of two-strike foul balls by Aldridge. Santana checks second base. He kicks, he pitches. Swing and a miss, he strikes him out. And Ervin able to pitch around, a hit batsman and a walk. He strands 2. And the Travelers have a 2-0 lead over the Wichita Wranglers. The bottom of the third comes up after these words on the Arkansas Travelers Radio Network here on CSN.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Brewery.
Hi. I was wondering if I could return my beer for a refund. I just bought a 12-pack for me and my friends. They don't have any taste. Bizarre.
And you want to go ahead and return those?
Does it ever happen where, like, the taste adder guy dozes off or something? Or he pulled a prank on us? Is there a guy named Pete who works there? Because I got a buddy named Pete who used to glue quarters to the floor to watch people try to pry him up. Hysterical. Well, I'll tell you what. No, thank you very much. I'm just going to go get a 12-pack of Miller Lite instead.
If you're going to choose on taste, choose the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Ed and I sell soft drinks at ball games, and he first told me about BC Powder.
We carry big trays of drinks up and down stadium steps. Man, it's a killer.
And with a backache, that tray feels heavier and heavier.
And the stairs are tough on your knees.
One night I was dragging, and the game wasn't half over.
I told Brian he needs a BC to stop the pain fast, because it goes to work quick.
BC stopped the pain, got me right back to work.
BC goes down easy with a soft drink, but don't tell the boss, okay?
BC, pain relief at the speed of powder. Use as directed.
Travelers and Shell are making it easy to get the family out to a Traveler game on Friday, April 15th and Saturday, April the 16th. Right now, there are discount tickets available at Little Rock area Shell stations that will get the family in for just $3 a ticket, plus 2014 photos given away on Friday, April the 15th, and beach balls to kids on Saturday, April the 16th. It's a Shell Family Discount Weekend, April 15th and 16th, right here at Ray Winder Field.
Travs up on the Wranglers by a 2-0 score here on the Creative Sports Radio Network. Tonight we are live on KASR Conway, Little Rock, 92.7 FM, Total Sports 1380, and KBJT in Fordyce, 1570 AM. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Erick Aybar leads off and takes a pitch low and away for a ball. Aybar was ready to do that slap swing bunt. Happy Gilmore Ichiro type. There's a lot of different ways we describe that. Foul away by Aybar now, and it's 1-1. Aybar, when he bats left-handed, quite often will try to just sort of guide the ball with a half swing, half bunt towards third base. He used to do it in single A. 1-1. And it is downstairs from Devon Lowery. 2 balls, 1 strike. I mentioned that kind of a swing to the Trav hitting coach, Todd Takayoshi, as Aybar takes ball 3. And he said, yeah, he thought that describing it as Happy Gilmore swing was pretty good. They liked that. He liked it. Apparently he's a fan of Adam Sandler. The count is 3-1, and the pitch. is high. Ball 4. Aybar takes his base. And for the first time this season, Erick Aybar takes a base on ball.
Between sides, you had the kid racing the mascot, and the mascot got tackled pretty hard out there.
He did. Shelley took one from one of the interns wearing the loudest shirt in the world.
It's a big intern.
To take down a 6-foot horse. Yeah, wearing a 20-pound furry suit. Mike Napoli, the batter. First pitch strike as he takes it 0-1. Napoli called down on strikes in the first inning.
What are you paying Shelley to take that kind of shot?
I don't know, not enough. Now, I got to admit, I've been a mascot for every team I've worked for. That's 7, so that's 7 different mascots. There have been 8, actually been about 9 mascots, counting non-sports ones. Napoli takes another strike, 0-2. And it's a thankless job. You get tackled. If it's not by an intern, it's by a gaggle of children. They're kicking you. They're pulling on your tail. Probably a good way to learn how to be a parent. 0-2 on Napoli, a throw to first. Back in there is Aybar.
Now, have you been a mascot here?
Not during a game, but, here and there. Yes, I know. The broadcaster probably shouldn't be doing that, but I don't know. I get a little goofy thrill out of it. To the stretch, Lowery. And there goes Aybar running. It's a pitch out, and it's dropped by the catcher. Wow. Aybar dives into second anyway. His third steal of the year. The Travs have 3 steals today. And I tell you what, even if Tupman caught that pitch, I don't think he had Aybar at second. A huge jump.
I don't think so either. I think when you put pressure on a baseball team, they're much more likely to make mistakes like that.
And there was one mistake on that dropped pitch out. So it's 1-2 on Napoli. There's nobody out. 2-0 lead for the Arkansas Travelers. Time called.
You've got to be thinking steal at all times with these guys.
At least in the back of your mind. Got to take their focus off the batter sometimes. And there goes Lowery looking towards second again as he steps away. Obviously, Lowery is quite worried about Aybar at second with nobody out. And Lowery already struggling. Let's see if he leaves a fat one down the middle. A look at second. And the pitch in the dirt, and this time Tupman able to dig it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Napoli with 5 runs batted in, but only 1 in this series. He's had his chances. Lowery, a long look at second base. The pitch fouled away. Still 2-2. Every time Lowery comes set, he takes at least 2 glances at Erick Aybar at second base. He's been able to keep his composure facing Napoli, however. And he turns away from the pitcher's rubber once again. Santana slowed things down to the top of the third, and now Lowery does the same in the bottom half. Into the stretch. Lowery steps off again, and Aybar was jiggling around. Not sure if he was ready to take off or not. But he really has the attention of the pitcher. Another step off by Lowery. One of these days he's going to have to throw a pitch.
He's doing everything he can to keep Aybar close to second. Doesn't want him to get that third base.
Aybar tries for third. The pitch, a called strike 3. The throw to third. He's out. A double play. Strike him out, throw him out. 2-5 at third base. Look at this. Now, we have seen the Travelers attempt already 4 steals.
It's fun baseball.
It is. It is. You never know what to expect at whatever time.
You just got the feeling that Aybar was stealing that base all the way. No question.
Well, Lowery certainly thought so, and he guessed right. Here's Tommy Murphy, and he had the home run to start the second, which gave the Travelers a 1-0 lead. Now it's 2-0, and here's a strike on the inside corner. From the left side, Murphy bats and takes one to the dirt. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 to Tommy, and that is away. And the count 2-1. Murphy showed glimpses of power last year. 2-1 pitch, ball upstairs, 3-1. Last season, Tommy hit 7 home runs. His season high is 11. And that was set with Rancho Cucamonga in 2003. Tommy waits for a second. Looks like he's got something caught in his eye. Perhaps a little bit of dust. Now he's back in there with an open stance. 2 outs. No one on base. Bottom third. Travs lead 2-0. And the 3-1 pitch lined into right field. Murphy with his second base hit. It'll be a single. Lowery's been down to Murphy 3-1 twice. And on each 3-1 pitch, he's given up a clean base hit. Here's David Gates. Gates grounded out 4-3 in the second inning. As he gets his second at-bat tonight, he hits with a runner at first. 2 outs, a throw to first. Murphy is safe. 4 steal attempts for the Travelers today. 3 steals. Porter was thrown out at second in the second inning, attempting to advance on a pitch in the dirt. And Lowery sets. He pauses. He pitches. Gates fouls it away. I'll tell you another thing about speed, Nathan, and I start to figure it out watching the ball club. Speed also seems to slow the game down a little bit because the pitchers take so much more time between pitches. They keep throwing to first, throwing to second, stepping off the rubber. They try to fake the runner out. And to the stretch, Lowery. The count 0-1. A fastball low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Seems like an hour ago when Murphy hit a home run. It was last inning.
Pretty close. 1-1 on Gates. 2 outs. Devon Lowery kicks. The pitch, change up. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2.
Has to be mentally tiring for the pitcher.
To continually be thinking about the man on first and the batter. You are right. The running game wears down the pitcher's mind. And to the stretch, Lowery. The 1-2 to David Gates. A check swing. The pitch is low. There's no appeal. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gates back into the batter's box. 3 homers, 7 RBIs this year. Lowery already in the stretch. Murphy running for second. He steps off. He throws to second, and Murphy is out. The Travs run themselves out of the third inning. Caught stealing goes 1-6. And Gates will have to lead off in the top of the fourth. The score after 3 innings at Ray Winter Field, the Arkansas Travelers 2, the Wichita Wranglers nothing. This is the TSN Radio Network.
Young man now, I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about men and women.
I know all about that stuff.
Well, you might know a little biology, but do you know how to treat a woman?
I guess I could use a little direction. So how do I treat a woman, Dad?
You know, I'm not going to tell you. You have to figure that out by yourself.
How?
Well, first I suggest you watch a lot of bad TV and violent movies and observe how women get treated there.
Okay. I'm kind of doing that already. What else?
Well, let's see. Oh, yeah. When you're at school, be sure to take careful note of what irresponsible older boys say.
I sure will.
Sometimes the only message boys get is the wrong one. Many young men need advice and direction on how to behave towards women. You can help provide it. By teaching boys early that violence against women is wrong, you can help prevent domestic violence. For tips on what to say, visit www.endabuse.org. End Abuse. Teach early. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council and the Family Violence Prevention Fund.
I'm going to sing the baby a lullaby. Beautiful dreamer, in the first stage of sleep, your brain waves are low and come regularly. Soon you will be in REM dreams, where your eyes are moving and waveforms increase.
By the 6th grade, many girls lose interest in math and science. So it's up to parents to help keep their dreams alive. Go to girlsgotech.org.
A public service announcement brought to you by Girl Scouts of USA and Ad Council.
We played 3 innings tonight at Ray Winter Field. The score, 2-0 Arkansas. Wichita Wranglers, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And the Arkansas Travelers, 2-5-0. Ervin Santana back on the pitcher's mound to start the 4th inning. After he saw the Travs have 2 men caught stealing in the 3rd inning. Justin Huber leads off. He will take strike 1. Huber, the 5-hitter, followed by Shane Costa and Mike Aviles. There's another strike to Huber, and it's 0-2. Tom Kaiser joins us on the broadcast. Sat in for a few innings yesterday. Tom's signing copies of his book today. We talked about the book a lot yesterday. Here comes the pitch, and that one's low and away. 1-2 the count. Next pitch in the dirt. And it's 2-2. How'd the book signing go, Tom?
Went very well. Saw some people I knew. Met some people I'd never met before.
Signed some autographs?
We did. We sold 13 books, and all the books that are here in the ballpark are now autographed for people that buy them in the future. So very, very nice night.
High slider to Huber. It's 3-2. Do you get a kick out of signing autographs?
I sign them so rarely. Yeah, I do still. I mean, I'm flattered when people come up and ask me.
Santana's pitch just missing outside. Huber walks to start the 4th inning. And that's walk number 3 allowed by Santana, plus a hit batsman. Shane Costa comes up next. You know, Tom, back when I was in the Pioneer League, I used to go into the clubhouse after the games. And when I come out of the clubhouse, I was the same age as all the players. Many times, young kids waiting out there thought that I was one of them. They asked me for an autograph. I'd have to warn them, I'm not a player. I'm just a broadcaster. Costa takes a strike, 0-1.
I come out of the home team doorway in San Antonio quite frequently because the umpire's room is on the home side. And there are occasions still when people, shove autograph or balls to autograph in my face.
Costa with a high fly to center. Reggie Willits back, leaping at the fence. He makes the catch. A beautiful grab by Reggie Willits. Full extension up against the light pole, and he brings it in for out number 1. That gets a star. Good drive by Costa, 1 away.
Might have landed awkwardly. It looks like he's walking off a little bit of a twist or something out there.
You've noticed that too. Reggie has been getting daily treatment on a hamstring that he's been a little sore. Not a pull, not a strain, just sore.
Mm-hmm.
But it has not slowed him down that much in the outfield. He got a good break on it. 1 away, Mike Aviles, the batter. 2-0 Travs. Top 4. Aviles took a walk in the 2nd. Santana throws to first with Huber lunging back in there. So now we have, how many books do you think you signed for the rest of the season here?
Well, there were think we had 20 total copies, so there's probably 7 or 8 still here in the park.
Rounder up the middle, just past Aybar. He dove for it. Might have thought about turning 2, but didn't get to the ball. Hubert a second. Aviles with the second hit of the game for the Wranglers.
Boy, how important is that? That might have been a 2-run single had center fielder not come chase that ball down.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, the Wranglers are actually got pretty good contact on Santana today. He's only struck out 1 batter. There's been a couple of line drives that have been retired on a couple of nice plays. Quick meeting on the mound, and now Tupman will step in. Tupman is a left-handed hitter. And he takes outside for a ball. Tom, how do you sign an autograph? Do you put good luck? Do you put best wishes?
I tried to think of something snappy, and I ended up with best wishes.
Yours in baseball is a popular one for baseball executives. 1-0 to Tupman, upstairs, 2-0.
If I know somebody, it's best wishes always. Somebody asks for something special, I'll do that.
Yours sincerely.
No.
Love.
Yeah, well. Sorry, Phil, I'm taken.
Regards. So am I. 2-0 count on Matt Tupman. We'll have a look at the scores in the Texas League in a minute. Actually, we'll do it now with Mike Napoli heading out to the mound. Santana doesn't look very comfortable right now. In progress in Midland, the Rockhounds, on the strength of a 2-run first inning, are leading San Antonio 2-1. I don't know how you say this guy's name, Tom. San Antonio hit a home run. Hurlbeck?
No, Hurlbeck.
Hurlbeck, right, yeah. Easy for you to say. Corpus Christi and Frisco tied at 2 in the 4th. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Tupman. Swung on, grounded to the first baseman. Elwood goes to second. 1. Here's Aybar to first. And 2. Ervin Santana covers at first. Rock him up. 3-6-1. That'll end the 4th inning for the Wichita Wranglers. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man stranded. And after 3.5 at Ray Winter Field, the Travs up 2-0 on the Wranglers on the CSN Radio Network.
Check has always given you and your family the best choices in great food. Many of you are now watching those carbs, and although the Pig and Chick menu has always offered great low-carb items, there's now a special low-carb menu featuring items with the same great taste Pig and Chick is famous for. Of course, you'll still find those great Pig and Chick ribs, barbecue sandwiches, catfish, gourmet sandwiches, chicken, steaks, and more. Bring the whole family for a relaxing dinner. In a hurry, get it to go. Pig and Chick, 7824 Highway 107 in Sherwood. Open 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
I never wanted a Coke so bad in my life, like the time I took this really hot girl to a scary movie. I just finished the entire tub of popcorn, extra salt, and my date had just finished her Coke. But she could have offered me some, considering it did pay for it, but whatever. So, I'm sitting there and my mouth is like a salt, and she gives me a real look. But there's no way I could kiss her. I gotta tell you, I wasn't in anything to have a Coke at that moment. They say the best lessons are hardest learned. I say don't date a girl who won't share her Coke. Coca-Cola. Make it real.
Do you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope.
Phil Elson, along with Texas League President Tom Kaiser, here on the Travelers CSN Radio Network. We're in the bottom of the 4th on a beautiful night in Little Rock. Travs up on the Wranglers by a 2-0 score. We'll finish up the scores on the Texas League on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Corpus Christi now leads 3-2 over Frisco. That game in the top of the 5th. The Tulsa Drillers trying to rebound against Springfield as the Cardinals have won 3 straight. 2-0 Tulsa in the bottom of the 4th. Those are the Texas League scores. We'll get to the Major League scores in a little bit. Plenty of action. But first, the Arkansas Travelers will hit in the 4th. David Gates leads off against Lowery. Gates was left at home plate watching Tommy Murphy caught stealing by the pitcher to end the third inning. Gates takes a pitch downstairs for a ball. Porter on deck, and then Mike Elward. And the next pitch comes. Gates flies it off the end of the bat down the right field line. That'll slide foul and just gets over the Arkansas bullpen. The count 1-1. So I thought you'd actually be signing books, Tom, until around 9 or so, but you got up here pretty quickly.
Well, I was out there for a good couple hours.
Were you all by yourself? Did you get any help?
No, I'm basically just sitting there and chit-chatting.
Saying to people, hey, want a book? Who wants a book? Was anyone hawking them for you?
No.
Couldn't get Bill to do it? I mean, he's...
well...
There's a big swing by Gates, fouls it away.
We had a nice couple of signs and stacks of books and my sunny personality.
Quite sunny. Lowery working on Gates with a 1-2 count. And the pitch high and inside as David ducks underneath it. Good night for baseball here in Little Rock, and we've got a nice-looking crowd. I'm going to guess at least 3,200. Here's the 2-2, and that one's low and outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now, Tom, the last 2 seasons we have seen regularly in the Texas League a couple of ballparks drawing 10,000 on occasion. That would be here's Gates with a chopper to the hole. It's short and into left field for a base hit. David Gates went into yesterday's game with no singles, and now he's got 3 in 2 games. Greg Porter comes up next. Those ballparks, Tom, being Frisco and the Del Diamond in Round Rock. We haven't seen Frisco, I think, get over 10,000 yet this year. They've only had 3 openings. I'm sure they'll get to it at some point. But I'm wondering, do you think that Springfield and Hammonds Field and Corpus Christi Whataburger Field, are they stadiums that are big enough to seat 10,000?
Springfield, assuredly, they had 10,500 for both of the exhibition games against the Cardinals, and that would be the upper limit.
Porter takes a ball outside. It's 1-0.
I don't think that Corpus can hold many more than 8 total with their berms just because of the physical number of seats. They have fewer than 6,000 physical seats.
The 1-0 to Porter. Big swing, foul at his foot, 1-1.
You know, as opposed to probably 7,500 seats in Springfield, and the Del Diamond had over 8,000 seats.
And a lot of berm space at the Del Diamond as well. That's the new thing in baseball with all the new ballparks being built. You got to have a berm. And most of the ballparks in this league now have berms. I didn't even know what the word berm meant before I got into the league. Pitch high and outside, and it's 2-1.
I knew what a berm was from, that's a good Chicago word, apparently.
That's a Chicago word?
Yeah.
A berm?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking grassy knoll. I mean, that would work in Frisco. Pretty close to the 6'4" museum. 2-1 on Porter. He had a single in the second. Travs lead 2-zip. Bottom 4. Ball 3 outside from Porter. 3-1. Well, I mean, even in San Antonio, they built that park in '94. They've got a nice, comfy berm out in left field. There's Midland. Almost the entire outfield is a berm. Frisco, same thing. I haven't seen Corpus yet. Haven't seen Springfield. Tulsa does not have a berm.
Springfield does have a berm, and it'll grow next year. They're going to expand it.
3-1 pitch low to Porter. Ball 4. Nobody out and 2 runners on base for Elward.
And Corpus certainly does.
Now, when it happens, if it does, new ballpark in Little Rock, there will be berm seating available.
The best thing you can do is design a ballpark where a fan can walk entirely around it, just like they could in Round Rock. They'll be able to do that in Frisco. They can do it in Frisco. They can do it in Corpus.
Midland.
Next year, or when they're going to add a walkway from the end of the berm to the left field stands in Springfield sometime during the summer, so you'll be able to do it there. It's just neat to be able to do that.
Elward takes a strike on the first pitch. Mike Elward drew a base on balls in the second inning and scored on the single by Reggie Willits. Travs have a couple of runners on base. Nobody out. 2-0 lead. And they're looking to extend this lead. In the middle of the game, squaring is Elward.
He bunts the ball towards the mound. Lowery plays it, throws to third, and he throws offline. Everybody's safe. King had to step off the base just to save from an error. And we might have an error charged anyway. You all right there, Tom?
Sorry.
No problem. Gates at third base, Porter at second, Elwood at first. That will be a fielder's choice. I'm not sure how the scorer is going to decide to call this. It will be an error charged to the pitcher, Lowery. And so no sacrifice given to Elwood. It is an official at-bat for him. The base is loaded, and now the Wichita bullpen springs into life. And they got a right-hander getting ready. I believe that's Jonah Bayless getting ready. And the number 9 batter, Chris Morris, with the bases loaded. 2-0 lead for the Travelers. Here comes Larry Carter out to the mound. He wants to talk this over and also give his pitcher time to warm up. Tyre Infield will come onto the pitcher's mound to talk this over with Lowery. Everybody's coming into the pitcher's mound pretty late, too. No one seems to realize that Carter wants everybody out there. Tom, you're always looking for the interesting things in the box score. Just pointed out to me yesterday that Rudy Yan, who is the center fielder for the Frisco Rough Riders, had no official at-bat yesterday. It scored 3 runs. You love the baseball oddities. That's what being the league president is about, amongst many, many other things. Okay, Morris steps back in there. He singled in the second. First pitch here. Outside. The Travs have had a few chances with the bases loaded this year. They're 4 for 10. 7 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped up left side, and towards the seats. It'll get over the bleachers. 1-1 on the Trav left fielder, Chris Morris. Morris, with his single in the second inning, is now 2 for 10 this year with no runs batted in. But a perfect spot to bring home 1. David Gates at third, Greg Porter at second, Mike Elwood at first. The third baseman King, the first baseman Presley, even with the bags. Shortstop Aviles close to the runner. 1-1 to Morris. Ball 2, low and away. And now showing me that Brooks Kieschnick pitched yesterday for Corpus Christi. You want to talk about a PR coup?
Well, not only that, they'd already named the right field corner Kieschnick's corner.
2-1 pitch to Morris is ball 3. And also, as I understand, he was a part investor in the Ryan Sanders ownership group for Round Rock and Corpus Christi. He's got to sell a share.
He did. He had to sell it before he was able to sign with Houston.
Now, I remember, what about Andy Pettit? He's a part owner in the group as well, and he pitched for the Express last year in a rehab. Here comes the 3-1 pitch to Morris. Swung on, hit high down the right field line. Going back, Aldridge to the warning track, to the wall. And it is off the fence. And that'll score Gates and Porter. Elwood is coming around third. Porter safe at the plate. Elwood now holds. On the second is Morris. He almost hit a grand slam. It hit off the Coors Light sign. The throw to the plate was actually much closer than we expected it. Tupman, the catcher, dove back towards the plate. Porter went outside the tag. He was safe. The catcher, Tupman, got into a shouting match with the plate umpire for Tony, and now Frank White runs out of the dugout to break things up, and White carries on the conversation, but only a short talk. 4-0 Arkansas with Chris Morris coming darn close to a grand slam. That's going to be it for Devon Lowery. He will be lifted from the ballgame. Travelers score 4 runs on him.
2 here in the 4th inning, and they're still going to rally. 2 runners on base, nobody out, with a reliever coming in from the bullpen. We owe our stations a 60-second break for a pitching change, with the Travelers rallying in the 4th. We'll be back after this. 4-0 Arkansas here on the CSN Radio Network. Aviles is on now from the bullpen for the Wichita Wranglers as Devon Lowery lasts 4 batters into the 3rd. Did not retire a batter in the 4th inning. So far for Lowery, 4 runs on 7 base hits. He walked 3. He struck out 2. And another rough outing for Lowery, who allowed 7 runs in his first start of the season. Travs up 4-0 to start this inning. David Gates singled. Lowery issued a walk to Greg Porter, and then Lowery's throwing error on the sac bunt by Elwood loaded the bases. Chris Morris then put a ball off the fence in right field for a 2-run double. And now there's runners at 2nd and 3rd for the top of the order, and Reggie Willits will bat with the infield drawn up. 7 base hits for the Travelers. They're busting out today. Willits walked in the 1st and singled a run home in the 2nd. Infield up. A lot of room for Morris to take a lead from 2nd. Reggie had to spin away from a slider from Jonah Bayless. It's ball 1. Jonah Bayless, right-handed pitcher, is 6'2", 210 pounds, from Williamstown, Massachusetts. And it's his 3rd outing. 1-0 on Willits. The pitch low, ball 2. In 2 innings this year, Bayless has surrendered 3 hits and no runs, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Bayless with a high set. Here's the 2-0. And that's also low, ball 3. Nothing Arkansas, and a chance to really break this game open in the 4th inning. A 3-0 pitch to Willits. He takes it for a strike. 3-1. Willits with 4 RBIs in 2 games. The 3-1. Ball 4, and they're loaded again. Tell you what, the Wichita bullpen has really struggled in this series. Yesterday, they surrendered 6 runs in the 8th inning. The day before, the Travs almost came from 6 runs back thanks to a 6th inning rally against the bullpen. And then the Travs won the game on Tuesday in the 9th inning against the pen. A lot of pitchers missing the strike zone for the Wranglers. Here's Callaspo. He takes ball 1. Tom Kaiser pointing out this Wrangler ball club is walking a lot of batters. They came in today walking 30. They've already walked 4 tonight. Callaspo is 0 for 2. The infield still up. Nobody out. And here's a fly ball. Hit very well to center field. Stocker sending back to the track where he makes the catch. The runners tag, all of them. One will score from 3rd. That's Elwood, and it's 5-0 Travelers.
Willits gets to second and Morris to third. So Reggie Willits, who went into yesterday's game with 1 RBI in 6 games, has now knocked in 5 since the 8th inning last night. Credit Callaspo with his 5th run batted in. That's the first out of the inning. The infield still has to play up with Aybar batting and only 1 out. Runners at second and third as Aybar shoots 1 foul, strike 1. Aybar is 0 for 1 today. He flied to center in the first and took a walk in the third. The 0-1 pitch, and that's downstairs. Ball 1. Willits takes a huge lead off of second. He's about a third of the way towards third base. Now the 1-1 pitch. Ball 2 on a hard, high fastball. At third base, Morris, about 5 steps off of the base in foul territory. The 2-1 and ball 3 down low. I got to tell you, Frank White must be going crazy. At least, I mean, he's a gentleman. He's very quiet. He won't show his emotions. But watching his bullpen struggle in this series has got to be very difficult for him. 3-1 on Aybar. And the pitch. Swung on and over the pitcher's mound. Into center field it goes. That'll score Morris. Willits around third. He scores. A 2-run single for Erick Aybar. That was a seeing eye single if you've ever seen one.
Well, and the infield was drawn in right up the middle. Neither the second baseman or the shortstop had any chance at all to get to that ball. They may not have had a chance even if they were at normal position.
I mean, that was directly up the middle. They both would have had a ways to go to get to it. It looked like the only infielder that had a chance for it was the pitcher, Bayless, and it just got by him. That closes the book on Lowery. 6 runs charged to him. We'll wait for the official score to let us know how many are earned. And Bayless already has had 1-run score on him. That's Willits. It's 7-0 Travelers. A 5-run rally in the 4th, and Napoli batting. Into the stretch, the right-handed pitcher Bayless throws to first, sending Aybar back in there.
You know, Phil, as bad as this outing was for Lowery, it may have brought his ERA down since he came into the game with an ERA of about 37.
That's right. And even if he gets charged for 5 runs, you're right, that ERA will drop. Not much. Napoli, a high fly ball deep down the left field line. If this is fair, it's going to be a home run. But it is foul. Over the for sale sign on the billboard above the fence down the left field corner in foul territory. It was definitely foul.
One of those majestic, long fly balls.
Napoli just a little bit out in front of it.
When you're talking about Frank and his frustration with his bullpen, I was talking with him last night, and he said, you know, they've got a pretty young staff, and of course we're only in the 8th game of the season. It takes a little while to get adjusted to AA for players that are coming up from the A level.
The 0-1 to Napoli, and that is outside. Napoli 0 for 2. Let's see here. You look on the roster. You've got Lowery, who's only 22. Bayless is 24. Ryan Braun, last night's losing pitcher, 24. Napoli pops it up. Right side of the plate in foul territory. Over to the Traveler dugout goes the catcher, Tupman, and he makes the catch. And Napoli 0 for 3. 2 away in the 4th.
Tell you what, he caught that with the heel of his glove. I'm not sure that he wasn't in danger of dropping that ball.
I think, Tom, that we've been used to seeing Wichita with a veteran pitching staff before. I mean, you remember Kiko Calera was there for 5 or 6 years. Ryan Bearlocker was there for a long time as well.
But they always seem to mix in a good bunch of young pitchers, or Hernandez, or Danny Batista later through a trade, or
Jeremy Affeldt just a few years ago too.
Seth Greinke. Even a Cole Griffin is one of their young prospects who's not yet panned out for them.
Murphy the batter, 2 for 2, swing and a miss as Bayless sneaks heat by him.
And they've got returning veterans Brian Bass and Kyle Middleton, both who have had success in this league. So they've got a little bit of a mix. Thad Markray came out of independent baseball with a very successful season last year before he came over late in the season.
Murphy takes a ball outside. 1-1 on Tommy.
But the majority of their pitching staff is in Double-A for the very first time.
1 ball, 1 strike on Murphy. He has homered and singled today. A change up, waved at and missed. Strike 2. Travelers also have they've gone a bit more of an advanced bullpen, at least age-wise and experience. We've got both Delvin James and Casey Olenberger at 27, but much different experience for the two of them. James had some big league time. Olenberger has never pitched an affiliated ball until this year. In fact, he pitched in Italy the last 2 years.
Wow.
1-2 to Murphy, and it's grounded foul outside third. Olenberger's an interesting story. Pitched in Chinese Taipei, too.
Good grief.
He's been all over. Matt Wilhite, 26. He came out of independent ball. Marco Sullivan in the second year of the team, 26 years old.
Got Jonathan Rowenhurst, certainly a veteran of this league.
1-2 on Murphy, and the pitch fouled and dropped by the catcher. Still 1-2. The youngest member of the Traveler pitching staff is tonight's starter, Santana. He's 21. The starting pitching seems to be a little younger than the bullpen. Santana, 21. Saunders, 23. Shell, 22. And then there's Davidson and Bittner at 24. The stretch by Bayless. 7-0 Arkansas. A 5-run 4th inning. Pitch outside, and it's 2-2. At first base, Aybar, after a 2-run single. He's knocked in 4 this year. Here's Bayless throwing the pitch. Murphy checks the swing on a slow ball downstairs. Full count on Murphy. Gates on deck. He started this inning with a single to left. A big 5-run inning. The Travs now have had at least one 5-run inning 3 nights in a row. The pitch with a runner going. Swing and a miss. Murphy strikes out. And the 4th inning over. But 5 runs on 3 base hits, 1 error, and a runner stranded. And the Travs out to a fairly comfortable 7-0 lead as we go into the 5th inning at Raywinders Field here on the Arkansas Traveler Radio Network on CSN.
Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching, too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now.
Imagine the following. You and the family are sitting at Raywinders Field, top of the 6th inning. Tulsa has 2 on, nobody out. A line drive to the shortstop, diving catch, tags the runner, throws to second. Hey, it's an amazing triple play. You just won $100,000. That's right. If the Travelers turn a triple play in the 6th inning of a home game this year, one fan wins $100,000. Travs triple play contest all season long. 18 and older with a valid driver's license must be present to win.
Hey fans, the Arkansas Travelers have just one more day left on the opening homestand of the 2005 season. Tomorrow night, the Travs finish the series with the Wichita Wranglers. with the first pitch at 7:10 and discount tickets available at a Greater Little Rock Shell Station. We'll be handing out beach balls to the first 500 fans through the ballpark tomorrow. And again, that is brought to you by Shell. Also, there are free tickets located in Morrilton or Atkins at Sonic Drive-In and Pettigene Meats. By the way, since it's tax day, and this is something I've done since I started broadcasting baseball, Mom, it's good that you got through another tax season. Congratulations, and thank you for doing my taxes again. Brennan King leads off the fifth inning, and Ervin Santana induces a pop-up behind third. Erick Aybar makes the call and the catch, and one away. Nice start to the inning for Santana. Mom's been driving herself nuts doing everybody's taxes. She is a CPA in the city of Pittsburgh. Working downtown. Downtown, as they'll say, as Tom knows. And, Mom, we love you. And now go get some sleep. Mel Stocker takes a strike on the inside corner. On a Friday night, and now in Pittsburgh, it's coming close to 10 o'clock. I don't think Mom is awake. She's got to be sleeping. 0-1. High and away, it's 1-1 on Stocker. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out and was hit by a pitch by Santana. Ervin allowing 2 hits. He's walked 3 with 1 hit batter and 1 strikeout. And ball 2 downstairs to Stocker. Let's take a look at some scores around the major leagues. Pardon me, on the Southwest Airlines Big League scoreboard. We'll give you the 2 finals coming in today as a foul ball hit by Stocker for a 2-2 count. Speaking of Pittsburgh, the Pirates come from behind against the Cubs today and beat them 8-5 at PNC Park. Rob McCowiak and David Ross homered for the Buccos. 2-2 and Stocker another foul ball to the top of the bleachers. Look out.
It's amazing. I laughed when the Pirates got David Ross. I thought, well, talk about, rent a catcher. And he's had some huge hits so far.
And they're even talking about sending him down to back up their prospect, Ryan Dumit, at AAA Indianapolis.
As soon as Costa comes available.
Yeah, meanwhile, he's hit 3 home runs in about 5 games.
Right.
Salomon Torres, the winner, 1-0. Jose Mesa saved his 4th. Still 2-2 on Stocker. 7-0 Arkansas. The Mets beat the Marlins 4-0. And the Mets got a 1-hit shutout thrown by Aaron Heilman. Who? Exactly. He threw 107 pitches, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. Foul ball by Stocker as he fights to stay alive. 4 consecutive fouls. Josh Beckett took the launch. And the Mets have won 5 in a row. In progress currently, Atlanta 11, Philadelphia 4. Stocker a swing and a miss on a slider, and Santana K's him. St. Louis 3, Milwaukee 0. Top of the 8th at Miller Park. Albert Pujols connecting on homer number 2. The Giants exploding in Colorado, scoring 3 times in the 3rd and 6 times in the 4th. Giants over the Rockies 9-2 in the 4th inning. Foul ball by Donnie Murphy. Strike 1. Dodgers and Padres later tonight in Los Angeles. Another finals just come across. That's at Cincinnati. 11-2. The Astros over the Reds. A windup by Santana, and he steps off the rubber just as he was ready to go into that windup. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed by Murphy, and it's 0-2. And right now in the American League, Boston 10, Tampa Bay zip. Top of the 9th at Fenway. David Ortiz hits his 3rd home run. The 0-2 to Murphy. Swung on, popped up, out of play. That'll hit the top of the press box roof. Right above my head. Twins over the Tribe, 3-2 in the bottom of the 9th. Martinez and Ludwig with home runs for Cleveland. Baltimore on the strength of a 7-run 6th. Lead the Yankees 8-1 in the 7th. In the Inner Harbor, pitch low to Murphy, and it's 1-2. Seattle trails the White Sox 5-2 in the 7th. Texas 3, Toronto 2 also in the 7th. Detroit 5, Kansas City 4 in the 6th. Murphy, another foul ball on top of the roof. Doing all right, Tom? I mean, you've been doing a lot of talking. You're coughing.
It's the allergy season, man.
It is. You need BC powder allergy relief in the green packets. You set me up there for a little plug. 1-2 from Santana. Swung on and a drive high to center. Going back on it. Willits makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for Ervin Santana. As he's gone 5 innings, and the Travs carry a 7-0 lead for the bottom of the 5th at Raywinter Field on the CSN Radio Network.
Sonic presents a mascot proposal.
Hey, Pete. Yeah. I think the extra long cheese coney would be a great mascot. You'd be on the sidelines, like, shooting chili out of cannons. I don't think people are going to like that. And then it could put mustard in their eyes, like whipping people with himself, like... Most people want mascots to just be, like, friendly, like, oh, look at the funny extra long cheese coney. I want my mascot shooting chili, whipping people, and throwing mustard in their eyes.
Sonic. Nothing goes better with sports.
Listen up, people. It's time to blow the whistle on taste loss. Taste loss happens when you can't taste your beer, and it's seriously traumatic. The process usually happens in 4 stages. The first stage, shock.
Oh, no, you can't taste your beer.
The second stage, denial.
I can taste my beer.
The third stage, anger.
Why is this happening to me?
And finally, the last stage, acceptance.
I can't taste my beer.
Blow the whistle on taste loss. Pick up a great-tasting, less-filling Miller Lite with half the carbs of Bud Light. Seriously, get the memo. Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light. Get the facts at PreventTasteLoss.com.
For 12 ounces, Miller Lite has 96 calories, 3.2 grams of carbs, 0.9 grams of protein, and 0 grams of fat. Bud Light has 6.6 grams of carbs. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly.
Today at Hit the Links. Stone Links. Stone Links Golf Course is rated as one of the best public courses in the state. Sporting beautiful bent grass greens, plus lush fairways and tee. Stone Links has matured over the past 3 years into a true test of golf. Stone Links features reasonable green speeds and 18 link-style holes located 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road. Call 945-0945 for Stone Links or visit online at stonelinks.net.
Travs up on the Wranglers by a 7-0 count of the bottom of the 5th inning. Things looking pretty good for this team to win for the 7th time in 8 games. Got Springfield 4 straight, and it's taken 2 of 3 from the Wranglers. Travs have David Gates leading off the 5th inning. Gates started the 4th with a single, part of a 5-run, 9-batter rally. Porter and Elward are scheduled to hit as well. As Jonah Bayless starts his 2nd inning. He puts his hands over his head and delivers a pitch to Gates, which is in there for strike 1. Stations down the line. I know we owe you a station identification break. That'll come after this at-bat with Gates. 0-1 on David, and the pitch is a strike on the inside corner. The final line has come down on the Wichita starting pitcher, Devon Lowery. Of the 6 runs, 5 of them earned. 7 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts in 3 innings. The 0-2 to Gates. Check swing. They don't appeal. The pitch was outside. Now they appeal, and Rackley says he didn't go. 1-2 on David Gates. Here's the windup and the pitch to David. Swung on, fouled away. Out ahead of an off-speed pitch. You really saw disparity in the starting pitching matchup, just at least on the numbers alone. Lowery, as you mentioned, Tom, came in with a 37.50 earned run average. Santana tossed 7 scoreless innings against Springfield last weekend. So things really look good for the start of the game for the Travs today. Gates a swing and a miss. He's out on strikes. Now, stations, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification from Raywinter Field in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is CSN, the Creative Sports Network, your home for Arkansas Travelers baseball.
Little Rock's ESPN 1380, KDXE, North Little Rock.
And here's Greg Porter, who has been on base twice. A 2nd inning single and a 4th inning walk. He scored a run. First pitch way outside from Bayless. Ball 1. And to finish up those scores from the majors, there's one game later on in the American League, the Angels and the Oakland A's. Bartolo Colon against Barry Zito, who hasn't looked good yet. An 11.57 ERA. Talk about a big number. There's a pitch outside to Porter, ball 2 to the Traveler third baseman. The Angels are 5-4. Porter takes another high pitch at 3-0. Angels are tied currently with Seattle atop the West Division. Across the rest of the Angels minor league system, things are looking pretty good for Salt Lake. They beat Las Vegas yesterday 4-2. Dallas McPherson, a couple of hits, including a triple. Pitch outside to Porter, a 4-pitch walk. Salt Lake is 5-2. Rancho Cucamonga defeated Modesto yesterday 8-2. Brandon Wood, the first-round pick a couple years ago for the Angels, had 4 base hits, including his 3rd homer already. And Howie Kendrick, who is Wood's double play combination at second base, went 3 for 5. That's a pretty electric duo right there. Travs have their own electric double play duo. Elward, the batter. And a pitch inside, ball 1. Elward reached on the error on the sac bunt in the 4th, and a walk in the 2nd. He scored twice. Cedar Rapids had the day off yesterday in the Midwest League. The Colonels are 3-4. See if we can get some scores in the Coast League and see how Salt Lake's doing today. 1-0 to Elward, fly ball, right center field, and that's towards the gap, and diving the center fielder Stocker. He didn't make the catch. It was in and out of his glove. Around third comes Porter. He's going to score. Elward tries for 3, and he's got himself a triple. Outstanding effort by the center fielder Stocker, and he thinks he caught the ball. Frank White wants to let Rackley, the first base umpire who made that call, know that he thought that Stocker made the catch as well. And Stocker's coming in from the outfield. He's going to come in and try to plead his case. It's a really tough call for any umpire to make that far from the outfield, especially on the warning track on a dive attempt. Full extension, and Stocker caught the ball. I mean, he didn't catch it by that much. Just barely able to get the glove underneath the baseball. I mean, that's a really difficult call for an umpire to make. White is talking about it calmly, and he's shouting out towards Stocker to ask him a couple of questions. Stocker now walks over to the other umpire, Stein, the crew chief, to try to plead his case with him. Well, we don't have instant replay. No league in baseball does. And so I'm not sure how they can reverse this call. Rackley now will speak with Stein, and the umpires are going to confer about this. Well, once they start conferring, now you get the sense that they might reverse the call. That ball was hit, a high fly ball to right center. Stocker had a really long way to run, but he closed in on the ball quickly. Dove for it, and, I mean, for effort, he gets an A because that's a gravel warning track that he dove on. The umpires break the conference. We haven't seen any motion by either of the umpires to say out or save yet. They're still talking with Frank White just in front of the second base position. And it looks like Stein is leaving this up to his crewmate Rackley.
Well, you know, they didn't change the decision, but the one thing they did is confer, which is a good thing. You know, it's if you have any doubt at all, we tell them to get the call right, and they caucus. And now Frank doesn't have any complaint. They got together, they conferred, and let the play stand.
The triple counts. Elward knocks in Porter. It is 8-0 Arkansas. That's the 9th hit for the Travelers. Elward's first triple and his first RBI of the year. And now Chris Morris is the batter, and he takes one in the dirt for a ball. Morris with a single and a double. That double came with the bases loaded in the 4th. He knocked in 2 runs. That was the biggest hit of the 4th inning, in which the Travs rallied for 5 runs and started to put this game away. And now the 1-0 to Chris Morris is fouled away. I mentioned Salt Lake. Wanted to see if we could get a score on it. They're right now in the first against Tucson with no score. Rancho Cucamonga today in the California League is playing at home against High Desert. High Desert, I believe, is the new Royals affiliate. Pitch downstairs to Morris, and it's 2-1. California League affiliations have really been changed up over the last year. They had Modesto lose the Athletics after about 30 years. They're now the Rangers affiliate. Stockton got the A's. Morris, a little fly to shallow center. That's a base hit. Here comes Elwood to score 9-0 Travelers. This game is turning into a lapper now, folks. And we're barely over halfway through it. 9 runs on 10 base hits for the Travelers, and Morris is 3 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. The team has really broken out offensively over the last 2 games. And it's really only been since the 8th inning yesterday. Up to the plate for the 4th time today, Reggie Willits. He has not been retired today yet. A single and 2 walks. First pitch, a little looper over third. Here comes Costa in from left, and that falls in. The Travs are hitting the ball very well, but they're also catching some breaks. Willits didn't hit the ball well, but perfectly placed in front of Costa, the left fielder. So Willits is 2 for 2. He's been on base 4 times. Morris 3 for 3. Elwood's been on base 3 times. So is Greg Porter. Aybar's been on twice. Murphy has homered and singled. Everybody's contributing. The only Trav who hasn't been on base today, there's 2 of them, is Callaspo, and he had a sacrifice fly. And Napoli, who's 0 for 3. Lastly, in the Angels organization, Cedar Rapids was a winner today at West Michigan, 6-2. Tommy Duenas, who played a couple of games with Arkansas last year, hit a home run. 2-1 to Alberto, and that's on the inside corner for a strike. The new statistician for minor league baseball, Tom, and I think over the last couple of days they've really improved some of the things that they've done on the backdoor statistical website, but now we've got these updates from all around single A, double A, and triple A, and they're being updated regularly, and I think that they've definitely done a better job on the scoreboard than the previous statistician. It's going inside to Callaspo, and it's 1-1.
A little disappointing that they weren't able to do that from day one, but now, now they're getting with it, and looks great.
You should take a look at the new minor league website. It's called minorleaguebaseball.com, the same web address as before, but a completely different website than they've had previously. A lot of content from writers on MLB.com as Callaspo takes a pitch outside. And that's because the minor league baseball website is designed and now owned by MLB.com. All the people that have put together MLB.com is a fabulous website, probably the best in all of sports amongst the major leagues. 2-1 count on Callaspo on the pitch, swing and a foul ball at the plate, 2-2. They're trying now to do the same thing with minorleaguebaseball.com, albeit on a lesser scale. But there are games you can watch on television on your computer, mostly AAA, but you could never do that before in minor league baseball. They're really taking it to another level. Two and 2 on Alberto. And the pitch from Bayless, strike 3 call. Second time Callaspo has struck out this series, and the second time this year. 9-0 lead for the Travelers in the bottom of the 5th. Bayless charged with 3 runs. Lowery allowed 6. Tom, is there anything new on the Texas League website? I know that you guys work on that pretty hard. Is it going to be changing?
Actually, we're going to have a whole new-looking front page shortly. But same information, the same basic stuff that, the stories, game stories from the day before, and, all the archival information. It's just an informational website, nothing Nothing flashy, but good, solid information.
Aybar takes a strike. It's 0-1. He hit a 2-run single in the fourth and takes high and away for a ball. One thing I like about the website, Tom, and by the way, fans, it's texas-league.com. You won't get it if you don't put the dash in. But you can sign up for the Texas League newsletter, which is a weekly email newsletter that Tom and his intern put together. And it's got stories from around the league, pitcher, player of the week, all that kind of stuff, and it's right in your email box once a week. It's a great piece of information for not just Traveler fans, but just fans of minor league baseball.
And
you'll like it.
We'll be producing the first one this Monday, and then through the close of the playoffs. One of the nice things this year is my intern this year was a working sports writer, and I've already given him assignments, so he'll be writing some feature pieces that'll appear nowhere else but in the Texas League newsletter.
I would like to put in a plug for Texas League Player of the Week, Reggie Willits. Here's a fly ball by Aybar, shallow center field, and that'll be caught by Stocker, and the Traveler fifth inning is over. They add to the lead, however, 2 runs on 3 hits and a couple men stranded. Tom, it's been a pleasure having you on the air the last couple of nights.
Well, we'll see you again soon, I'm sure. I'm continuing my long trek. I'll be in Costa and Wichita next week, so I'm sure I'll see you in one of those cities.
Don't be a stranger.
All righty.
We'll be back after this, fans, for the 6th 9-0 Travs on the CSN Radio Network.
When it comes to a full line of office products, the name is Settle Office Products, 4412 MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock. They've been in business on MacArthur Drive for 23 years. They give free delivery anywhere in Central Arkansas. They have office furniture, office supplies, scratch and dent furniture, and they're family owned and operated. Give them a call today at 758-1050 or see them on the website at www.settleofficepro.com. Arkansas's #1 Honda volume dealer in the state and district leader in total customer satisfaction is Bale Honda at 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. They have a wide variety of Honda cars and trucks. Coming soon next month is the Honda Ridgeline that will pole vault Honda into the truck market. Bale Honda is open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 until 7, and on Sundays from 1 till 6. Their service department is also open Monday through Fridays from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Give them a call today at 227-7000 for your automotive needs. Bale Honda at 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. If you're a fan of sports in Arkansas, then this summer CSN is the place to be, as we'll bring you Arkansas Travelers baseball, Arkansas Twisters football, and Arkansas Archangels basketball. In May, for high school baseball and softball tournaments and state championship games. In June, for high school all-star games. And in July and August, we'll bring you the American Legion state tournaments and championship games. Sports action all summer long right here on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
We are having a ball tonight at Ray Winder Field. Much of that because the Arkansas Travelers right now lead Wichita 9-0. The line score for Wichita, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. For Arkansas, 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. There's a stepchild on the field today. Leading off for the Wranglers with a broken bat grounder to first. Josh Presley is taken care of 3-1 on 1 pitch, and he's 0 for 3. Is the stepchild red-headed? I don't know if any of these guys are red-headed. Hey, look who just came up to the press box. That looks like that is my co-host, Justin Acree, and his son, Parker. And I tell you what, Phil, during the break, I took quite a trip around Ray Winder Field, and there's a myriad of folks sitting out there today. Went into the bleachers and saw one of the most amazing things I've ever seen at Ray Winder Field. And was it something you'd never seen before? Well, I've seen it before, but more like at a frat party. Here's a drive by Aldridge deep down the right field corner, but that's foul. And it is a strike, 0-1. Aldridge 1 for 2. They have brought some kids up here getting their first look at a field from up on high. It looks good, kids, huh? And it is up. You are up here. And I got to give you guys some... There's ambiance. Yeah, one of them just got a little frightened. You don't put them on the desk. Pitch outside to Aldridge, and it's 1-1. Then there's a trash can out there in the bleachers. There's the 1-1 to Aldridge, and a ground ball, base hit into right field, and he's got 2 hits today. That trash can now, I imagine, is very filled with plenty of aluminum cans. And other things. I mean, it's been a bit of a rowdy crowd today. And I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if the bleachers were going to be filled with the festival downtown. But we've got a big crowd today. And they're quite merry. Yes, they are. Here's the stretch by Ervin Santana. And the 1-1 pitch. It hangs. It's a strike. I went out to the patio. Is that what you call it? The North Point Volvo patio? That's correct. Yes. Got hit in the face with the ball. Was it from the field or one of the kids throwing out there? Here's the 0-1 to Huber. Look out, high inside. He ducks underneath. 1-1. It's one of the kids throwing out there. Got hit right in the face. Did you make a move for him? Yeah, I stepped. And then you thought about it, like Gary Sheffield yesterday. Huber, fly ball, very high to right field. Murphy has a beat. And he's there to make the catch. There's 2 outs. Good thinking. And you know what? It's nice to see that Gary Sheffield has now become a role model for you. To make sure that you restrain yourself in delicate situations.
And when you consider the past he's had with his wife, I can't believe he was able to really control himself like that.
This is true. You just frightened little Bakery to death.
Frightened Justin's son.
Costa takes a pitch upstairs. Ball 1. And we can now say that he is TV Justin Acre since KATV was a sponsor tonight.
That's right. I scared Parker to death. I'm very, very sorry, Acre family.
I think you've ruined him for the press box now.
Well, that might not be such a bad idea.
1-0 on Costa, and the pitch downstairs, ball 2. Costa is 0 for 2. It took a great catch by Reggie Willits in the 4th inning, dead to center field to keep him off the bases. Your partner has now departed the press box, never to come up again.
Not with Parker, anyway.
2-0 pitches on the outside corner. It's 2-1.
That should make for an interesting Monday morning on my radio show.
I would say so. 10-1 on 103.7 The Buzz. The stretch by Santana. The runner goes. The pitch swung on and missed, and they don't even worry about throwing to second. Aldrich gets to second base. It'll be a steal. 2-2 the count on Costa. Travs lead 9-0 in the 6th.
I guess I'm going to give up on trying to tell what I saw that regarded that trash can in the bleachers.
But I think you described it pretty well. 2-2, and it's grounded fair down the third base line. Looks like that's it for the shutout as Aldrich comes around third to score. Into second goes Costa, and the Traveler lead is now 9-1. So Santana finally gives up a run. Took a long time. 12 innings, actually 12 2/3 innings before he gave one up this year. Costa with an RBI double, his 4th run batted in this year. I think you described it pretty well. I think people can get the sense of what happened out there. I mean, it's a drinking crowd in the bleachers.
Right.
The word fraternity described it well, too.
Right.
Here's Mike Aviles, and he's been on base twice with a walk and a single. Santana from the stretch, and the pitch is hit in the air to center fielder Reggie Willits coming in to make the catch. The side is retired. That might be it for Santana. Delvin James is now warming up in the bullpen. And after 5.5 at Ravender Field, the Arkansas Travelers 9 and the Wichita Wranglers 1. You're listening to Traveler Baseball on the CSN Radio Network.
Fact. Only Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville offers a 3,000-mile warranty on every used vehicle. Fact. Only Gwatney Chevrolet puts a brand new set of tires on every used vehicle. Fact. Only Gwatney Chevrolet puts a bed liner in every used truck. Fact. Only Gwatney Chevrolet offers a certificate of assurance that every used vehicle is good enough for a mom to drive. Fact. Only at Gwatney Chevrolet will you get the new car smell without the new car price. Fact. Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville is the only place to shop for new and used.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've had a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
AmeriPride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriPride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriPride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for AmeriPride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
Traveler Baseball tonight on the CSN Radio Network is brought to you by ITT Technical Institute. Earnings potential can increase with a higher education. Chart a new career path with the help of an ITT Technical Institute program of study. For more information, go online to itt-tech.edu. The Travelers have a 9-1 lead over the Wichita Wranglers as we settle into the bottom of the sixth inning on a crisp night here in central Arkansas. It hasn't gotten all that cold. I'm still in shirt sleeves. Joined by Nathan Christian on the broadcast, who was carousing through the stands for a while. Leading off for the Travelers, Mike Napoli. New pitcher on the hill is Barry Armitage. And a foul ball on the first pitch for strike one.
I'm gone for 2 innings. We scored 7 runs.
Yeah, get back down there.
It's fine with me. Had a great time. Ran into JP. JP and I hung out for a while. I think you know what that means.
0-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Now, when you used to come to the ballpark here, Nathan, before you became the color commentator,
right?
And you're adding color today,
right?
I mean, you used to hang out in the bleachers.
That's exactly where I sat.
That was your place. Pitch inside to Napoli, ball one. Delvin James still warming up for the Travs in the bullpen. And it looks like Napoli was hit by the pitch, so he gets on base. Now every Trav's been on except for Callaspo.
Definitely it. Got hit right on the inside of the forearm. Just barely. Not enough to take a base. Yeah, that's exactly where I sat, Phil. If I were not working for you right now, I would be sitting in those bleachers. It's a great night for baseball, and that's where the rowdies hang out.
You are a rowdy, right?
I don't know.
Here's Murphy, and he takes a strike. Did you ever sit on the first base side? That's the quieter side.
I've never sat there. I haven't. I've never even actually been over there, except for when I walked in front of the first base line to get to the locker room after being slapped by a midget.
0-1 the count. The pitch chopped over the mound towards second. Back in play Murphy to the second baseman Aviles for one. The throw to first in time. Nice play. 4-6-3. Twin killing erases the bases. 2 gone. I really think that you have been scarred by your incident with was that Beautiful Bobby that slapped you?
It was Beautiful Bobby. I hate Beautiful Bobby. I'm sorry. I don't mean to use language that strong. I don't advocate violence or anything like that. But Beautiful Bobby snuck under the ring and slapped me in the back with his little hand.
I think he more like kicked you in the butt.
No.
It was a slap on the back?
Slapped me in the back.
Here's David Gates. He'll take a strike. Well, you'll be happy to know Beautiful Bobby will not be back this year.
Good. I didn't take kindly to it, but I was the possibility of being humiliated by being beaten by a little guy made me run.
The 0-1 is grounded foul outside third. That is a strike, and it's 0-2 on Gates. David 1 for 3 with a run scored. Travs up tonight 9-1 in the bottom of the sixth. Now, as I said, you'll be happy to know that he's not back, but the midgets will be back.
Well, of course they will. It is a staple with Traveler baseball, probably a couple of times.
Just once this year.
Really?
Just once. June 3rd against Midland. That is a Friday night. We expect to see all of you here. It will be Benton night. We always have Benton night on midget wrestling night.
Can't imagine.
0-2 the count on Gates. And Armitage throws in the dirt. 1-2. I smell nachos.
I do too, and they smell good.
They're sitting directly to my left. Tommy Adam, our fine scoreboard operator, got some of them during the inning break. I got to say, I got a phone call from a good friend who was sitting at a game at Busch Stadium earlier this week. She's a nacho hound. Gates grounds to second. Nice play by Murphy. Boy, he's had a nice inning in the field. A turn from the short right field area for the throw to first, and it's in time. Guess we'll have to talk about the Nacho Girl a little bit later on. As we played 6 innings at Raywinder Field, it's 9-1 Arkansas. And we go to the 7th here on the CSN Travelers Radio Network.
Termites, feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see.
The other book. When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
It's time for a reintroduction to one of your close friends. A friend who supported you through many a spring or summer night over the years, and you never have to go searching for him. He's always in the same spot along the third base line. Baseball fans, reintroducing the Raywinder Field Bleachers. The Bleachers are the place to gather with your other friends to catch exciting Arkansas Travelers baseball. And at just $6 a ticket, there's no place friendlier. Call the Trabs at 664-1555 or visit Trabs.com.
Ervin Santana's night is finished. He is relieved by Devon James to start the 7th inning. And the Arkansas Travelers lead it tonight by a 9-1 score. Santana goes 6 innings, allowing only 4 base hits and 1 run, the first run he's allowed this year. He walked 3, hit another batter, struck out. Only 2, so Santana's strikeouts are definitely down, but so are the runs. And the runs are what count. Matt Tupman leads off against Devon, and James has pitched very well in a couple of outings. Devon makes his 3rd appearance, 4 scoreless innings for him, only 1 hit, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. And it's Tupman who's left-handed. Phil Elson and Nathan Christian on the broadcast tonight. I think I was talking about the nachos, and now since I see Tommy stuff a few of them in his face, I was mentioning the friend of mine who was at Busch Stadium last week. She called me from a game. She was sitting behind home plate, and a pitch low and away from James for a ball. Thank you very much, Tim. The Ervin Santana line was right. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. 1-0 to Tupman. Ball 2 away. And this girl used to live here in Little Rock, working at one of the corporate offices, and whenever she came out to the ballpark, she just went straight to the nacho stand. There's a pitch outside, 3-0 to Tupman. She said that the nachos here at Raywinder Field were much better than those at Busch Stadium. Doesn't surprise me. She ought to know. Trust me. The 3-0, Tupman takes a strike, 3-1.
You know, as I watched Tim eat those nachos, I'm reminding of a Seinfeld episode of where George Costanza has chocolate all over his face.
Here's a swing and a miss by Tupman, 3-2.
The camera catches him. There he is with chocolate all over his face. That's Tommy right now.
Are you going to double dip too, Tommy? 3-2 and a swing and a miss, and James comes back to strike him out. See, first you dipped the chip, and then you took a bite, and then you dipped it again. 1 out in the 7th. You double dipped. Thank you, Satara. We got the microphone. We got the wireless mic. Take me out to the ball game after the 3rd out of this inning. There's a pitch for a strike to Brennan King. Devon James, 27 years old, trying to get back to the major league. Pitch outside. He made 8 appearances with Tampa Bay a few years ago. Did not have much success.
He had a shoulder injury, which limited him to only 4 games last year with AAA Salt Lake. And a pitch low and away to King to count 2-1.
Been impressive thus far with the Travelers.
He's throwing hard, but not as hard as he says he can throw. There's a swing and a foul ball by King, 2-2. Delvin said back when he was in the Devil Rays organization, he used to get the ball into the mid to high 90s.
High 90s?
High 90s. Said last year his shoulder was hurt so bad he was only throwing in the low 80s. There's a slider to King, low and away. Full count. But whatever Delvin went through is quite less tougher than what happened to him while he was pitching for Durham, North Carolina a few years ago. Foul ball by King. Sitting at a Waffle House after a game with a friend of his. It was early in the morning. Delvin got shot. The 3-2 to King. Swung on, line drive, caught at third by Greg Porter. Nice play.
You just can't get anything past this infield.
It's Hooverish. Took one step towards the foul line, reached out and gloved it. Trav's infield has just been spectacular today and all week. Now, I haven't talked to Delvin about this yet. I did some research about him online and saw he got shot. He got shot in the shoulder. He was okay, but still, I mean, he got caught in a crossfire as 2 groups at the Waffle House were arguing. And he was able to rebound, and he's here pitching in Little Rock a few years later. Down and into Stocker, it's 1-1. 9-1 the score. Trav's in front. In the top of the 7th inning.
Waffle House should be a happy place.
It should be. I love the omelets. The 1-1 is fouled away. And any restaurant that has a song called Raisin Toast, actually, I think it's called There Are Raisins in My Toast. I mean, that should be a very happy place.
You've got omelets and waffles. And, I mean, what's to be fighting about at a Waffle House?
I don't know. I guess if it's 3:30 in the morning or something like that.
Well, yeah.
That'd be some off-balance people. 1-2 on Stocker as the Travs lead by 8. And Delvin James delivers. Ball 2. Any of those breakfast-type places that stay open. IHOP, Waffle House, 2-2 pitch.
Used to be a big fan of the big country breakfast at IHOP. With the chicken fried steak and the gravy, the whole thing.
Stocker strikes out, the inning over, 3 up, 3 down. 9-1 Travs. We go to the stretch and time to sing at Ray Winder Field here on the CSN Radio Network.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
New Maximum Strength Zantac works fast on heartburn. But is it fast enough for the world's fastest driver? New Zantac is so fast you can take it before a meal to prevent heartburn or after to quickly relieve tough heartburn. Is that fast enough for the fastest talker?
Sure is. Wouldn't use anything else. Thanks for asking. Gotta go.
The leading prescription can take a day or more to fully work. So if you like speed, try something new. Maximum Strength Zantac 150. The speed you need against heartburn.
Use as directed. Leading prescription, not for occasional heartburn.
Arkansas Traveler Baseball moves into the bottom of the 7th inning after a very nice take-me-out to the ball game, I think.
Hell, you really are multi-talented.
Was it rousing? It was rousing. Greg Porter leads off, fouls away the first pitch from Barry Armitage, who's in his 2nd inning of work. Heard that ball ricochet off.
Got somebody in the head.
Did it?
That young lady in the black down there hit her right on top of the head, and then someone else caught it.
Well, she should get the ball.
She's not getting it.
Porter's been on base 3 times as he fouls another one away. And it's 0-2. Look, I mean, if you get hit on the head by a foul ball, you deserve the ball.
Sometimes life's not fair, Phil.
But the bleachers should be. 0-2 on Porter. Armitage comes set and comes to the plate. And it's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Travs today scored twice in the 2nd inning. A solo homer by Tommy Murphy. An RBI bases-loaded single by Reggie Willits. 1-2 to Porter. High and away, 2-2. In the 4th inning, the Travs started to break the game open. A bases-loaded double by Chris Morris scored 2 runs. A sacrifice fly by Alberto Callaspo, and Erick Aybar stroked a 2-run single as Porter takes ball 3. In the 5th inning, the Travs scored 2 more runs. Mike Elward tripled to right center field, and Morris collected his 3rd base hit, bringing Elward home. And that's where we stand. Wichita scored the last run, a 6th inning. Double by Shane Costa. 3-2 pitch fouled away. Our attendance has just come down. 3,321. 3,331. 3,331 at Raywinder Field tonight. Thanks for coming out, fans. I believe that's our highest attendance so far this homestand. 3-2 to Porter. He strikes out swinging.
It is.
Geez, Nathan, I mean, yesterday, 300 more people than were expected show up at the Foam Fest for car tie.
Yes, the Raging Cajun Festival.
Today, we get our biggest crowd of the year. I mean, these people are following you around.
Well, clearly.
Up to the plate comes Mike Elward. He's walked, reached on an error, tripled home a run. He scored 3 times, and he'll take a pitch high for a ball.
Could have something to do with your appearance on my show.
Possibly. We got a chance to talk all about what was going on here. 1-0 pitch and a hot shot up the middle, and Elward has another base hit. His 2nd. Up with the ball, Stocker in the gap in right center, keeps him to a single.
I'll tell you what it should be and what it will be, and I think that's good baseball all year. I think it's very exciting, and people ought to be coming out and supporting the Travs.
I agree, and I was interviewed earlier today by one of the local TV stations, PHB, and Mark, the sports reporter, wanted to know why I thought that this year's team was different from last year's team. I just think that this team has a much more balanced offensive attack. Morris takes a pitch low and away, ball 1. Chris has 3 base hits today. They're not just sitting back waiting for the home run from a guy like McPherson or Kotzman or Gourneau. They're really going out making things happen, and everybody's producing, certainly today.
We've said it over and over and over again. When you put pressure on a baseball team, like the Travelers do, good things happen.
And Wichita, I think, has been cracking under some pressure today. Pitch outside to Morris, ball 2. Now, they haven't been aggressively stealing bases anymore. They really did set the tone. Morris, a little duck snort, shallow left. He's got his 4th hit. Chris Morris, folks, is 4 for 4, and the way this team is hitting, he might get a 5th at-bat. That's base hit number 13 for the ball club today. Reggie Willits up to the plate for his 5th plate appearance. The Travs did put a lot of pressure on the bases in the first 3 innings when they attempted 4 steals. Actually, 5 steals. But now the pressure has been put on just purely on the bats alone by good approaches at the plate and by pounding the ball. Barry Armitage ready as Willits takes a pitch low. Runners at 1st and 2nd now. And only 1 away in the 7th inning.
the attempted base stealing, even when you're caught, it does put pressure. It gets the pitchers thinking. A 1-0 count to Willits. The pitch grounded on the right side, and another base hit. Reggie is 3 for 3. The bases are loaded as the Travs are now playing station-to-station baseball. This is pressure, too. You string singles together like this. That is definitely pressure.
But when you're hitting the baseball as well as they are tonight, that is the way to do it. And they've been doing that from the fourth inning on.
Let's start at the fourth inning here. 3 hits in the fourth, 2 in the fifth, 3 more here in the seventh. That's 9 base hits in 4 innings. Really putting a hurting on this Wichita ball club. A pinch hitter will now come in. Alexi Casilla will step in and take over for Callaspo at second base.
I think all of the mid-full games they were playing with the starting pitcher, ended up taking its toll as he loaded the bases before being removed.
And he looked very uncomfortable as well. When Bayless came in the fourth, he looked uncomfortable. Armitage now does too, as Casilla takes the ball downstairs. Alexis started 1 game against Springfield, hasn't played for a little less than a week now. He's 0 for 3 this year. He's a switch hitter, batting to the left side. 1-0 count, the pitch. As a ground ball hit towards the shortstop, Aviles flips to second for 1 out. Murphy's throw to first is not in time. That'll bring a run home. Elwood scores for the 4th time today. Casilla credited with his first RBI of the year. The fielder's choice to the 6-4 at second base, 2 outs. On to third goes Morris. Here's Erick Aybar. This was like some of the music that Ervin Santana was listening to before the game, Nathan. I don't know if you call it hardcore salsa. I don't think that was necessarily salsa music. Aybar, a single and a walk today. He takes a pitch away for a ball. Speaking of music, yes, we haven't put the press release out yet. It hasn't been announced yet.
Are you announcing it right now?
Might as well do it. Pitch inside on the corner for a strike on Aybar, 1-1. Folks, if you are a fan of Bob Dylan or of Willie Nelson,
even bigger,
then you'll want to be at Ray Winder Field. Yes, at Ray Winder Field on July 2nd this year. Aybar takes a pitch inside. 2-1 on Aybar, yes. For the second year in a row, the legendary Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson are going to be touring minor league ballparks, and they're coming here to Ray Winder Field. A chopper back to the mound, and that'll be played by the pitcher, a flip to first, and that ends the inning. So the Travelers do soar 1 time in the 7th. They leave a couple of runners on. 10-1 is the score. The Travs in front of the Wichita Wranglers. We're 7 innings complete tonight on the CSN Radio Network.
Force is the only branch of service with its own community college. It's called the Community College of the Air Force, and it makes a difference. You see, in the Air Force, you earn college credit for learning your job. You can earn an associate's degree in one of 66 career fields. Your job experience goes farther in the Air Force. For more information, call 1-800-423-USAF or log on at airforce.com. Cross into the blue with the U.S. Air Force. No one comes close.
On September the 19th, 1920, the Texas League Southern Association Playoff Series. The Arkansas Travelers played Fort Worth of the Texas League in Game 1 of the best of a 7-game series. Fort Worth scored a run at the bottom of the second, and Arkansas scored 2 runs in the third to take a 2-1 lead going into the 8th inning. The first miscue for Arkansas was in the 8th when John Henry Robinson and Tony Brodom guessed at a fastball down the middle would catch Fort Worth and Haley sleeping. But Haley swung away and hit it on the nose for a 2-base hit that hammered home. The run was tied to score 2-all. Robert O'Brien then was the batter. He struck the first pitch to center for a run-scoring single to score Haley from second. Fort Worth took a 3-2 lead going into the ninth. On every pitch while Arkansas was batting, 10,000 fans in Fort Worth were going delirious. Harry Harper opened the ninth with a flashing double. He went to third on a pickoff attempt at second. Bing Miller, the Travs clutch hitter, popped to second. The batter was Bill Waino. On the first pitch, a squeeze play was on. Harper came in from third. Waino missed the sign, and Harper was tagged out, and the Travers lost the game 3-2. The winning pitcher for Fort Worth in the playoffs was Whitaker, 1-0, and Roger Robinson was 0-1, the loser for the Travs. Ed Haley of Fort Worth had the only home run of the game, his first of the playoffs. With Arkansas losing their first playoff game in Traveler history, this game became known as Waino's Boner. And that's tonight's great moment in Arkansas Traveler baseball history.
Well, we're having way too much fun tonight at Raywinder Field. With the Travs up 10-1, and as of this point, I mean, the action on the field is kind of secondary. The game, you would imagine, is over. The Travs have just pounded the ball tonight. 14 hits and 10 runs, and so we just finished dancing the YMCA. I'm out of breath because of all the dancing, young man. Well, you were actually jumping. Yes, I was. You weren't just dancing. You got a workout in there. And the Travelers have Delvin James back on the mound for the 8th inning with Donnie Murphy taking a strike, 0-1. 1-4-1 on the runs, hits, and errors for Wichita. 10-14-0 for the Travelers. Murphy with a line drive, base hit at a right field, and the Wranglers get their leadoff man aboard. Base hit number 5 for Wichita, and here's Presley.
Let me create a little drama and say, what is the biggest lead you've seen the Travs give up? And since you've been here?
I've seen an 8-run lead disappear. This is 9. I've seen a 9-run lead come close.
So it could happen.
I don't think it's going to.
Me neither.
I mean, you're trying to build up something here, of course. I mean, we want to try to make it as tight and emotional of a game as we can, but there's only so much you can do with a 9-run cushion. Pitch low and away to Presley for a ball.
I gave it a shot. You shut it down. Fine with me.
I'd like to thank you for the effort.
It's over.
Presley takes downstairs 2-0. As I said, fans, we're having way too much fun up here today. But baseball is supposed to be fun. This has been a great night.
Exactly. And I think the crowd's had a great time.
Biggest crowd of the season, a little over 3,300. Let's see if we can't top that tomorrow. Presley, a foul ball at the plate, 2-1. Let's take a look around the Texas League, shall we? See what's going on in the Southwest Airlines Texas League scoreboard. Any finals? Not yet. Tulsa leads Springfield 4-2. That's in the bottom of the 8th. Corpus Christi trailing Frisco 8-4. Rough Riders scored 6 runs in the 6th. There's a strike on Presley. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Midland leads San Antonio 6-1 after 8 innings. And it looks like the Rockhounds are still rallying in the bottom of the 8th after putting up 3. 2-2 to Presley. Swing and a miss, and Delvin James strikes out. His 3rd man of the last 2 innings. 1 away in the 8th. Aldridge, the next hitter. Don't forget, fans, 7:10 start time tomorrow as the Travelers have their final game of the homestand. Now, we didn't even get to finish about the concert that's coming in. I mean, we were talking about it last inning. We said, yes, Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson will be playing here at Raywinder Field. Yes, Tommy, July 2nd. The Travs will be in Tulsa. I won't get to see it. Sorry. Oh, miss all the good concerts. There's a pitch outside to Aldridge for a ball. Aldridge 2 for 3. Yes. I'll be here. I'll call your cell phone. I figured you'd be here. Just hold it up. Yeah. So I can hear. Well, I'll do. I would like to hear Dylan and Willie Nelson sing To All the Girls I've Loved Before. Swing and a miss by Aldridge, and it's 1-1. I have a feeling, though, Dylan doesn't do the Julio Iglesias part quite so well.
I tell you, yeah, I would do an imitation, but no.
So wait till Monday for that. But tickets aren't on sale yet. They'll go on sale April the 30th at 10 o'clock. A 1-1 to Aldridge is outside. It's 2-1. Now, as I understand, you'll have to get the tickets at Ticketmaster.com. We might have some on sale at Raywinder Field, but don't quote me on that yet. 2-1 to Aldridge. Swung on, popped out of play. 2-2. Other cities the dynamic duo will be going to: Fort Myers, Fort Lauderdale, Jacksonville, Florida, Myrtle Beach, Zebulon, North Carolina, Bowie, Maryland, Salem, Virginia, and these are all in minor league ballparks. Camden, New Jersey, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and that's the only other ballpark amongst this list that's older than Raywinder Field. Really? Wacona Park was built in the before 1910. Have you seen it? No, I've seen photos. 2-2 to Aldridge. Low, 3-2. Eastlake, Ohio, which is up by Cleveland, Louisville, Nashville. They'll be in Memphis the day before they come to Little Rock. They'll be in Tulsa at Driller Stadium on July 6th, Cedar Rapids, and St. Paul. It was a very successful tour last year, and it's going to be great this year. Again, Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson at Raywinder Field on Friday, or actually it's a Saturday, July 2nd.
My uncle played with Willie Nelson for 6 weeks on a Texas tour.
No way. And he lived to tell about it?
Lived to tell about it.
And Aldridge sends a high fly ball to left field. There's Morris for out number 2.
Few less brain cells, but he lived.
And had plenty of stories, I'm sure.
Lots. Fantastic.
Never had a chance to see Dylan or Willie Nelson in concert. The two of them together, I just think, is spectacular.
I've seen Willie Nelson many, many times.
I'm just trying to picture what it'll look like here. Where will they play? It's got to be out in center field, I imagine. Here's James dealing to Justin Huber, pitch outside, and on to second goes Murphy. No one was even worried about Murphy. He steals second base.
Yeah, no idea how it's going to be set up.
Well, I mean, the acoustics out here are pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
The sound will get caught here under the roof. Up here, the press box will turn into the center control. 1-1 to Huber. Foul ball, 1-2.
Harry Keene, the noted Stevens media journalist and a very close friend of Jim Elders. In fact, he and Paul Fields and Jim played golf together every week.
Ball and a strike on Huber, and James is ready. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
He played the golf tournament and was with Darrell K. Roll in his golf club, the legendary head coach of the University of Texas. Frank Rolls was playing in another golf cart. Harry was invited to come by Darrell Roll's place that night and hang out. This was a tournament in Hot Springs.
Pitch downstairs to Huber, 2-2.
And Harry King goes to the condo where Darrell K. Roll is staying. Darrell had told him, come by. There's a really good young guitarist that's going to be there.
Young?
Willie Nelson.
Pitch low, count full, 3-2.
But sitting in the floor, cross-legged, playing the guitar.
And Harry walks in and thinks what?
This guy is incredible. Who is this guy?
How long ago was this?
This would have been 1968, 69.
That was before Willie got huge. Foul ball still by Huber, stays alive.
Darrell Roll has always had an affinity for Willie. Saw him play young and very, very early in Willie Nelson's career, and they've been very, very close friends since then. Darrell Roll calls him Old Red.
See? Good stuff. That's outstanding stuff. I don't know really anything about Willie Nelson or Bob Dylan, in all honesty. My parents know a lot about Dylan. Not too much about Willie. 3-2 to Huber. Strike 3 called. James strikes out 4 in 2 innings. We just learned a little about Darrell K. Royal, Harry King, and Willie Nelson. And the Travelers have a 10-1 lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning here at Raywinder Field on the CSN Radio Network.
As the Director of Operations for Toll Service Group, I'm in charge of facilities maintenance as well as recruitment. I'd say 20 or more of the people that we've recruited are ITT Tech graduates. I had a lot of influence in that. One thing that I look in the resume is continuing education.
Timothy Gallegos graduated from the ITT Tech in Phoenix, Arizona in March 2000 with a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology.
Going for my bachelor's degree was a personal goal.
At ITT Tech, we are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. Lifelong learning can help you increase your value in the job market and develop the confidence to pursue your dreams.
What I learned at ITT Tech was how to learn. That's the fundamental element that I take away from my education.
Career assistance is offered and financial aid is available for those who qualify. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH. That's 1-800-ITT-TECH. Or visit us on the web at itt-tech.edu. ITT Technical Institute. Education for the future.
I never wanted a Coke so bad in my life, like the time I took this really hot girl to a scary movie. I had just finished the entire tub of popcorn, extra salt, and my date had just finished her Coke. She could have offered me some, considering I did pay for it, but whatever. So I'm sitting there and my mouth is like a salt. And she gives me a real look, but there's no way I could kiss her. I gotta tell you, I would have done anything to have a Coke that moment. They say the best lessons are hardest learned. I say don't date a girl who won't share her Coke. Coca-Cola. Make it real.
Rowdy, rockin' Ray Winder Field. And the Travs have been rowdy and rockin' tonight with a 10-1 lead over the Wichita Wranglers. And we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. This is the last chance for the Travs to add to the lead. I'll tell you what, the bleachers have been raucous today. There is, looks like a sea of empty beer cans with people just kind of swimming through it almost. Been here 4 years, and that's the most beer cans I've seen. What a night. Leading off for the Travelers, that is Emmanuel Santana. Santana takes over from Mike Napoli. This is his first at-bat of the year, and Santana will hit a looper towards shortstop, and into shallow left goes Aviles to make the catch. So the Travs have had a couple of the reserves get in tonight with Casilla getting a fielder's choice run batted in. And Emmanuel Santana with a pop-up to the shortstop. Travs have been in front since the second inning, and they have cruised most of this game. Tommy Murphy, the batter, he brought home the first run of the game. He takes a high fastball from the new pitcher, Nate Holscher. Holscher left-handed. And a pitch downstairs to Murphy as he switches over to bat right-handed. Holscher pitched a couple of nights ago. Gave up 4 runs on 3 hits in 2/3 of an inning in the 6-5 Wranglers victory. A pitch low to Murphy, and it's 3-0. Murphy's homer came in the second. He singled in the third, struck out in the fourth, and hit into a double play in the sixth. All told, a 2 for 4 night. Strike one from Holscher. 3-1. On deck, David Gates, followed by Greg Porter. Next pitch. Swinging a high drive to deep right field, deep to left field. Going back, Costa, and Tommy Murphy has a 2-home run game. He hits one right-handed, he hits one left-handed. That makes it 11-1, but I have never seen here at Ray Winder Field a batter hit 2 home runs, one from each side of the plate. A 2-home run game for Tommy Murphy. How about that? 11-1 Arkansas, and David Gates tried to hit another home run, and as he waves and misses. 0-1. It is rare to see a switch hitter hit a home run from each side of the plate in one game. In the minor leagues, it's almost non-existent. Pitch low and into Gates, it's 1-1. Next pitch. Gates with a fly ball foul. Out of play, 1-2.
15 base hits for the Travs, 2 home runs, 1 triple, as Gates swings and misses, and he's out on strikes. Been a lot of singles today. Only 1 double. And the 2 home runs by Murphy. Geez, those bleachers are going nuts today. Entertaining themselves at this point. Do I see a kid hitting beer cans with a mini bat? Yes, I do. And why not? He's putting on a show, and people are just kind of egging him on. I'm not too keen on that. Porter takes a strike. Gregg has been on base 3 times. 2 walks, 1 single. There's a pitch outside, 1-1. It's almost like he's swinging at beer can piñatas.
I understand you not being too keen on that.
A 1-1, swing and a miss by Porter, 1-2.
But this game has been over for a long time.
It has been over since the 4th. And most of the people in the third base bleachers haven't been paying attention to the game for a while. It's a pitch high to Porter. We've been paying intermittent attention to the game.
Sure.
2-2 on Porter. 2 outs. And the Travs have scored in all but 3 innings today. The pitch from Holscher is outside. I mean, you can see such a difference at this ball club between the third base stands and the first base stands. People at the first base stands are just leaning back, having a good time. Porter swings and misses the inning over, but Tommy Murphy hits his 2nd home run of the ball game and puts the Travs on top by 10. 11-1 is the score. We go to the 9th on the CSN Radio Network.
Healing, cracking, chipping paint, drafty houses, then call Royal Windows and Siding right now. They can wrap your home in a blanket of insulation and add the Grand Sierra siding from Alcoa. It's the only siding with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. Call in now for special savings from Royal Windows and Siding. Never paint again. Call about the Grand Sierra siding at 1-800-760-1419. Call Royal now at 1-800-760-1419.
Check has always given you and your family the best choices and great food. Many of you are now watching those carbs, and although the Pig and Chick menu has always offered great low-carb items, there's now a special low-carb menu featuring items with the same great taste Pig and Chick is famous for. Of course, you'll still find those great Pig and Chick ribs, barbecue sandwiches, catfish, gourmet sandwiches, chicken, steaks, and more. Bring the whole family for a relaxing dinner. In a hurry, get it to go. Pig and Chick, 7824 Highway 107 in Sherwood. Open 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
A comfortable 11-1 lead for the Arkansas Travelers as this team continues to roll through the opening homestand. A win tonight makes it 7 wins in 8 games, and now Von Sturzbach has come on to try to put down the Wranglers quietly. He'll be the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Travs. Sturzy hasn't pitched since Tuesday's game, which he gave up that 3-run homer to Aldridge. Turned out to be the winning pitcher, though. And now he replaces Delvin James. 2 more scoreless innings for Delvin, meaning he now has thrown 6 shutout innings to start the year. James struck out 4 and allowed 1 base hit.
Security has now broken up the baseball game that was going on out in the bleachers.
The beer can baseball game? Well, kind of glad they broke it up then. Costa leads off the 9th and takes a pitch low and away. I'm all for having a great time at the ballpark, but don't get too out of hand. Costa flies one to left. Morris drifts toward the line a few steps. He reaches up. 1 out. For Sturzbach, this is appearance number 5. 1 win, no loss, 3 saves, and a .623 earned run average. But all 3 runs he's given up this year came on the Aldridge homer. That ERA will start to drop again. Now, we were comparing the fans on the first and third base side. The people at the first base side are with their kids for the most part. They're quietly watching the game, and as you pointed out very well, watching the people in the bleachers.
They were watching the people in the bleachers.
Pitch inside to Mike Aviles. And then there's the people that sit behind home plate, which is where I sit when I go to a ball game if I can. Those are the people that are intently watching the game. They're watching every pitch. A swing and a miss by Aviles, and it's 1-1. That's where my dad sits when he comes to a game. He wants to watch the pitcher working with the catcher.
And then there's a man right there giving us a thumbs up who obviously can get the radio signal today, and that's a good thing, and he's keeping score. That's a good fan. And I'm just saying that the good people on the bleachers, my people, are not good fans? Well, they're good fans, but if they're keeping score, it's beer cans that they're keeping score on. Pitch low to Aviles to count 3-1. And I got to tell the fan who's looking up here right now, if you're keeping score for all 11 runs and all 15 hits, man, you are keeping a messy scorecard, and good for you. A pitch taken for a strike. Aviles thought he walked, but he didn't. So kudos to our good fan sitting there in the third row. And then there's the scouts and the other ball players sitting directly below us. They have no choice but to watch the whole ball game intently. 3-2 to Aviles. And that's strike 3 called. Aviles once again thought he had a walk. He did not. No reason to argue, down by 10 with 2 outs. And so he'll make his way back into the dugout.
And what you fail to see is that one of the scouts is now over talking to the kid who was swinging the bat at the beer can.
Does he have a contract and a pen out?
The kid has some game.
Well, he learned to hit by swinging at beer cans. Here's a swing and a grounder on the right side. Alexi Casilla picks it up, the throw to first, and the Travs win again. The final score at Raywinter Field, the first ball game that wasn't a tight one. Travs 11, the Wranglers 1, and you can put it in the books. The victory song plays at Raywinter Field as the Travs have now won 7 of 8 ball games to start the 2005 season, and this one was a lapper from the start of the 4th inning. Big offensive night, 2 home runs by Donnie Murphy. Chris Morris goes 4 for 4, and Ervin Santana picks up his 2nd win of the year. We'll come back after a break. We'll wrap up the play-by-play portion of our broadcast on the CSN Radio Network.
For your family tonight, whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3-a-day today? The power of cheese.
Sonic presents a mascot proposal.
Hey, Pete. Yeah. I think the extra-long cheese coney would be a great mascot. Mm-hmm. You'd be on the sidelines, like, shooting chili out of cannons. I don't think people are going to like that. And then it could put mustard in their eyes, like whipping people with himself, like...
Most people want mascots to just be, like, friendly. Like, oh, look at the funny extra-long cheese coney.
I want my mascot shooting chili, whipping people, and throwing mustard in their eyes.
Sonic. Nothing goes better with sports.
Hey, America, to protect you from taste loss, take the Miller Taste Challenge. Question 1, what should a light beer taste like?
Beer?
Correct. Miller Lite has a great, satisfying taste. Question 2, what should a light beer look like?
Like beer?
Right again. Miller Lite has a rich golden color. See for yourself. And finally, the last question. If you have taste loss, how do you fight it?
With Miller Lite?
Correct. If you have taste loss, you simply pick up a great-tasting Miller Lite with half the carbs of Bud Light. So take the Miller Lite Taste Challenge and see how Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light. And go to PreventTasteLoss.com, okay?
Per 12 ounces, Miller Lite has 96 calories, 3.2 grams of carbs, 0.9 grams of protein, and 0 grams of fat. Bud Light has 6.6 grams of carbs. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Live responsibly. Hey, nobody said quitting smoking was easy, but others have done it, and you can too, with help from the SOS Quit line, 1-866-NOW-QUIT. They'll give you the help you need to kick the tobacco habit. It's free, and it's free of nagging and preaching too. So call 1-866-NOW-QUIT and get the help you need. What have you got to lose, besides the most dangerous habit you've ever had? 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Call now.
The third base coach. He doesn't get much attention. You've never heard of a third base coach groupie, have you? But he's vital to the success of the team. His experience and knowledge of the game can mean the difference between scoring a run or getting thrown out at the plate. Allstate agents play a similar role to the third base coach, although they have experience with much more than just home. They can help with auto insurance, life insurance, and your retirement needs as well. And they'll do it without using any crazy signals. They'll help you understand the coverage options available so you can find the one that's right for you. You deserve a team with big league experience. That's Allstate, Dan. Are you in good hands?
To get a team with big league experience, just visit your local Allstate agent. Call 1-800-ALLSTATE or click on allstate.com. Insurance subject to availability and qualifications. Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Arkansas Traveler Baseball on the CSN Radio Network was brought to you by the ITT Technical Institute online at itt-tech.edu. By Coca-Cola, make it real. By Miller Lite, prevent taste loss with Miller Lite. And by Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate. And by the Sonic Drive-In. Arkansas Traveler Baseball has been brought to you statewide on the Creative Sports Radio Network by Bale Honda. See the new Honda cars and trucks today. By the U.S. Air Force, crossing to the blue. The Bank of the Ozarks with several locations to serve you. And by the Canadian Tax Advisory Group. Arkansas Traveler Baseball has been a presentation of CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network. Stay tuned next for the Traveler Postgame Show, right here on CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network.
Here's a message from George H.W. Bush and Bill Clinton.
We're here today because, like you, we share a strong desire to do everything we can to help alleviate the terrible suffering caused by the recent tsunami disaster.
Millions of people have lost loved ones, including children, homes, and in some cases, hope. And though it happened on the other side of the world, it touches our hearts, and we want to help.
The greatest source of America's generosity is the good heart of the American people. And that's why we come to you, not as presidents, but as two private citizens.
Everyone can help, and every dollar contributed will impact someone's life. So visit usafreedomcorps.gov to choose a reputable charity to accept your donations directly. You can trust that your contribution will be well spent.
No one can change what happened,
but we can all change what happens next. Thank you.
To make a cash donation to a reputable charity, visit usafreedomcorps.gov. A PSA brought to you by the Ad Council.
Take care of myself. I can make a peanut butter sandwich. I can brush my teeth and I can give myself a bath. I can walk home alone from school. I can pick dinner from the trash behind the deli. I can watch the baby for the whole weekend. I can keep a baseball bat by my bed just in case there's trouble. Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself.
If you're in jail, who'll be there to take care of your family? Something to think about before committing a gun crime. Gun crimes hit home. This message brought to you by Project Safe Neighborhoods and the Ad Council.
The Allstate Insurance Arkansas Traveler Postgame Show is brought to you by Allstate Insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate.
1 error, 7 stranded. And the Travelers 11 runs on 15 hits, no errors, 8 stranded. Ervin Santana, the winning pitcher, is 2-0. The losing pitcher, Devon Lowery, is 0-2. 3,331 paid to see it. Paid attendance, 2 hours, 52 minutes to get from the first pitch to the last pitch. Well, the Travs now with a record of 7 wins against 1 loss. The Wranglers dropped to 2-7. We'll have the Allstate Insurance postgame report coming up after these words on the CSN Radio Network.
Now, Goldie's Music has compiled the very best of Dean Martin in a 3-CD package called Everybody Loves Somebody Sometime. Yes, you get 36 of the very best of Dean Martin. Send me the pillow that you dream on. This greatest hits package is not available in stores, but only available through this special radio offer. It's the very best of Dean Martin. You're nobody till somebody loves you. So find yourself somebody to love. All songs have been digitally remastered for the highest possible quality. Add the very best of Dean Martin to your collection today. Here's how to order. Call 1-800-939-3995. That's 1-800-939-3995. 1-800-939-3995.
Sean Arnell inviting you to listen to Conference Call. All SEC all the time. Join Ken Kincaid and me weekdays 5 to 7 on Conference Call. Vanderbilt, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky. If it's SEC, it's on Conference Call. 5 to 7 weekdays right here on Little Rock's own ESPN 1380.
Little Rock's ESPN 1380, KDXE, North Little Rock.
Are you supposed to be glum and depressed just because the work week started? What a bunch of baloney. Here at Ray Winder Field, we're going to turn Mondays into something you can look forward to. That's because the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette presents Democrat-Gazette Mondays here at Ray Winder Field. Every Monday, the Travs are home. You just pick up a copy of the Democrat-Gazette, and there'll be a discount coupon right in the sports section, good for $3 admission. See, Mondays aren't so bad, at least not during the baseball season. So the next time someone tells you about a bad case of the Mondays, grab 2 quarters, get the Democrat-Gazette, and show them that the Mondays are a good thing to get. It's a $3 coupon every Monday, brought to you by the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette.
In a serious way by defeating the Wranglers. Tonight's final score, Arkansas 11 and Wichita 1. Going to get to the recap of the ball game right now. As the Travelers got ahead of the Wranglers today in the, the Travelers got in front of the Wranglers today on a Tommy Murphy leadoff home run in the second inning. And after Murphy's home run, the Travs scored another run in that second inning after a walk to Mike Elwood and a single by Chris Morris put him to second base. Reggie Willits brought him in with a base hit up the middle, and the Travs were ahead by a 2-0 score. Travs made it, really started to put the game away in the fourth. After the bases were loaded on Devon Lowery, the starting pitcher, Morris delivered his second base hit of the game. A high drive off the right field fence, bringing home 2 runs. 2 more runs would score in the inning on a base hit by Erick Aybar, and Alberto Callaspo lofted a sacrifice fly, putting the Travs ahead 7-0 after 4 frames. It was 9-0 after 5 innings, thanks to an RBI triple by Mike Elwood and Morris' single up the middle, chasing Elwood home. The Wranglers got on the scoreboard for the only time today against Ervin Santana in the 6th, as Aldridge singled in the 6th inning and Shane Costa brought him in with a double. Tommy Murphy made, I think, Ray Winder Field history, certainly in the Angels era, as he connected on the second home run of the ball game. A switch hitter, Murphy, as he hit one left-handed in the second. His home run in the 8th was right-handed. I'd never seen that before. And he connected on the 2 long balls, and that capped the night. Final score tonight in Little Rock, Arkansas 11 and Wichita 1. That's the recap of the ball game. We'll have a look at the scores from the Texas League on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report here on the CSN Radio Network.
When it comes to a full line of office products, the name is Settle Office Products, 4412 MacArthur Drive in North Little Rock. They've been in business on MacArthur Drive for 23 years. They give free delivery anywhere in Central Arkansas. They have office furniture, office supplies, scratch and dent furniture, and they're family-owned and operated. Give them a call today at 758-1050 or see them on the website at www.settleofficepro.com. Arkansas's #1 Honda volume dealer in the state and district leader in total customer satisfaction is Vale Honda at 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. They have a wide variety of Honda cars and trucks.
Coming soon next month is the Honda Ridgeline that will pole vault Honda into the truck market. Vale Honda is open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 until 7, and on Sundays from 1 till 6. Their service department is also open Monday through Fridays from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m., and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Give them a call today at 227-7000 for your automotive needs. Vale Honda at 13101 Chenal Parkway in Little Rock. If you're a fan of sports in Arkansas, then this summer, CSN is the place to be, as we'll bring you Arkansas Travelers baseball, Arkansas Twisters football, and Arkansas Archangels basketball. In May, it's for high school baseball and softball tournaments and state championship games. In June, it's for high school all-star games. And in July and August, we'll bring you the American Legion state tournaments and championship games. Sports action all summer long right here on the Creative Sports Radio Network.
We are back at Ray Winder Field as the Travelers tonight beat up on the Wichita Wranglers by the final of 11-1. Check out some of the numbers on the Travs ever since the 8th inning started yesterday. After they scored 6 runs in the 8th inning yesterday, so cap that with 8 innings today. That means over the last 9 innings, really, the Travs have put up 18 runs on 28 base hits.
The bats have come alive, and the fielding continues to be good, and the pitching continues to be very good.
And we saw all facets of it tonight. Another errorless game for the Travs. Another great pitching job by Ervin Santana, Delvin James, and Von Sturzbach. But we'll be wrapping up the broadcast in a little bit. Right now, we got to take a look at the scores from around the Texas League and see what's happening. There was a couple final scores the last time that we checked. In Midland, the Rockhounds defeated San Antonio by a 7-2 final. Winning pitcher in that ball game, Mike Lynch. Travis Oldham, the loser. Nick Mattioni got the save. Midland now has won 4 straight, while the San Antonio Missions have also dropped 4 straight after winning their first 4. Frisco 6, Frisco 8, Corpus Christi 4. Lorenzo over Sampson, and the Rough Riders win their second in a row to even the record at 4-4. Corpus Christi falls to 2-6. Currently in progress in the 10th inning at Springfield, the Tulsa Drillers have a 5-4 lead over the Cardinals. Sean Barker with the only home run in that ball game. Final score here in Little Rock tonight, Arkansas 11 and Wichita 1. We'll have a look at the Major League scores after a break on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report here on the CSN Radio Network.
Okay, here you go. The perfect house. So you ready to put in a bid? A what? It's a pretty tight market, and I'd really hate to see you lose out.
It's the first house you've shown us.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Not working with a Century 21 agent. Century 21 agents pledge to keep showing you properties until you're satisfied. Only Century 21 agents offer the Century 21 Service Pledge to help reduce the stress of buying real estate. Century21.com. Real estate for your world.
The Century 21 Pledge is offered by participating offices. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Who's the preseason pick to win the 5A State Baseball Championship at Baum Stadium in May? How many 2005 high school baseball players will be taking their game to the next level? What factors played a part in the Razorbacks' road to Omaha? Find the answers to these questions in the 2005 edition of Extra Innings Arkansas Baseball. Pick up your copy at Hastings and Walmart stores throughout the state. The 4th issue is loaded with Arkansas college and high school information. Rosters, schedules, player photos, and conference and classification polls. It's all here in the 2005 edition of Extra Innings Arkansas Baseball. Look for the Razorback hog pile on the cover. Arkansas's best and only magazine dedicated entirely to baseball. Visit our website at www.xtrainnings.net. Hi, Sean Arnell inviting you to listen to Conference Call, all SEC all the time. Join Ken Kincaid and me, weekdays 5 to 7 on Conference Call. Vanderbilt, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky. If it's SEC, it's on Conference Call, 5 to 7 weekdays, right here on Little Rock's own ESPN 1380.
Dodgers 1, Padres nothing. That game in the top of the 3rd. And in the American League, currently the Angels trail Oakland by a 1-0 score in the 5th inning. To the finals we go. Milwaukee shut out by the Cardinals tonight, 3-0. Jeff Suppan picks up the victory. A 4-hitter thrown by the Cardinals today. He goes 8 in the third. Jason Adringhausen came on for the save, and Ben Sheets took the loss as he drops to 1 and 2. Elsewhere in the National League, the Mets shut out Florida 4-0. Aaron Heilman goes the distance for the win, a one-hitter for Heilman. Houston 11, Cincinnati 2. Roy Oswalt, the winner, is 2 and 1, and Jason Lane hit his third home run. Pittsburgh came back late over the Cubs, scoring 3 times in the 8th, and the Bucks beat Chicago 8-5. Perez and Dubois home runs for the Cubs. Meanwhile, Makoviak and Ross for Pittsburgh. Atlanta over Philadelphia 11-4. Horacio Ramirez, the winner, is 1-0. Rafael Furcal and Raul Mondesi hit home runs. The Bravos, Adam LaRoche did as well. In the American League, Boston destroys Tampa Bay 10-0 with David Ortiz hitting his third home run of the season. David Wells, the winning pitcher, he goes 7 scoreless innings, shot his record to 1 and 2. Yes, I know you're very surprised that Wells was able to do that. Minnesota 3-2 over the Cleveland Indians. Ludwig and Martinez home run for the Indians, but not enough as the Twins go to 7 and 3. Johan Santana picked up his third win against no losses. Jake Westbrook is 0 and 3. Joe Nathan the save, his third. Yankees fall to Baltimore 8-1. Bruce Chen the winner over Carl Pavano. Sammy Sosa and Miguel Tejada hit home runs, and Nathan is dancing with the Yankees losing and the Red Sox winning. White Sox over Seattle 6-4. John Garland, the winning pitcher, is 2-0. Apparently he had a perfect game for a while. He allowed only 2 hits over 7 innings, but he retired the first 19 batters that he faced, and again, Garland is 2-0. Dustin Hermanson the save, his second. Texas 4, Toronto 2. That's a final out of Arlington. Young and Teixeira home run for the Rangers. Ryan Dreve, the winner, 1 and 1, and the save for Coco Cordero. He's got 4 saves this year. Kansas City scored twice in the 8th inning to defeat the Detroit Tigers 6-5. Angel Baroa and David DeJesus, 2 former Wichita players, picked up home runs. Jamie Serta, the winner, is 1 and 1, and Mike McDougall saved his first. Now you're up to date across the major leagues and the Texas League, thanks to the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. And don't forget, fans, you can always log on for low fares online at www.southwest.com. We'll be naming our BC Powder Player of the Game along with the Sweet Sound of Victory coming up after these words on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report at Ray Winder Field on the CSN Radio Network.
Ed and I sell soft drinks at ball games, and you first told me about BC Powder.
We carry big trays of drinks up and down the stadium steps. Man, it's a killer.
And with a backache, that tray feels heavier and heavier.
And the stairs are tough on your knees.
One night I was dragging, and the game wasn't half over.
I told Brian he needs a BC to stop the pain fast, because it goes to work quick.
BC stopped the pain, got me right back to work.
BC goes down easy with a soft drink, but don't tell the boss, okay?
BC, pain relief at the speed of powder. Use as directed.
I never wanted a Coke so bad in my life. Like the time I went on a shop till you drop-a-thon with my girlfriend. So there I am pinballing from store to store across the vast expanse of this mega mall, forced to give my opinion on her clothing choices, which she promptly ignored. I think it was from all the, yeah, that looks great, honey, but I was parched. Only one thing was going to unparch me. A Coke. I would have cried, but I couldn't spare the fluid. So next time I go shopping, it'll be online. Coca-Cola. Make it real.
Sonic presents a mascot proposal.
Hey, Pete. Yeah. I think the extra long cheese coney would be a great mascot. Mm-hmm. You'd be on the sidelines, like, shooting chili out of cannons. I don't think people are going to like that. And then it could put mustard in their eyes, like whipping people with himself, like...
Most people want mascots to just be, like, friendly. Like, oh, look at the funny extra long cheese coney.
I want my mascot shooting chili, whipping people, and throwing mustard in their eyes.
Sonic, nothing goes better with sports.
Valentine here with a question. When was the last time you saw the Trav turn the triple play? That's right, I can't remember either. So this year, we're going to celebrate if the Travs manage to turn that trick. $100,000 to one fan if the Travs will complete a triple play during the 6th inning of a home game. You got to be 18 to enter with a valid driver's license, and you must be present to win. It's the Travelers' $100,000 triple play giveaway all season long here at Ray Winder Field.
The Arkansas Travelers tonight with a victory over the Wichita Wranglers, and here's the sweet sound of victory. 11-1 the final score, and this is going to be a really difficult decision, Nathan. And yes, I know you cracked yours before we could get to it. I don't know what happened there, Phil. Don't worry. I had mine ready to go. Yeah, I know. We usually pick one VC Powder player of the game, but when you have so many players contributing to the offensive explosion, it's difficult to just go with one of them. First of all, out of 15 base hits, 3 Travelers had 3 today. Willits had 3. He was never retired today. He went 3 for 3. He walked twice. He knocked a run home. He scored another one. He stole 2 bases, too. Tommy Murphy hit 2 home runs, went 3 for 5. He hit a home run left-handed, a home run right-handed. I've never seen that before in the Texas League or in the minors, for that matter. And then there's Chris Morris, who goes 4 for 4 with 3 runs batted in, a run scored, and a double. Who do you pick?
Here's my vote. I'm just going to throw this out at you.
Good, throw it.
Murphy made history. Murphy wins.
I'll go with that.
The guy hit a home run from both sides of the plate. History.
Let's go with it.
Never seen it before.
Tommy Murphy, tonight's BC Powder player of the game, with honorable mentions for, we could go with the entire team. Sure. But Willits and Morris, along with Ervin Santana, another good start for Santana.
Great job.
Ervin went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts.
How much longer are we going to be able to see Santana?
I don't know. I mean, I asked Tom Gamboa on the pregame show if he thought that he would be on the fast track, and he said that if he keeps pitching the way he can, he'll be in Anaheim by the end of the year, which means he's going to get to AAA sometime soon. And I think that the Angels would probably keep him at AAA a little bit longer than they did in AA. I have a feeling it'll be another month and a half. I think that they would like to keep this team together for a little bit, to let them work together and get to the playoffs by winning a first-half championship.
If you get a chance to see this guy play, you're going to have to do it in the next 6 weeks, quite possibly. You need to get out here and do it, because the guy's going to be playing Major League Ball one day. And he's fantastic. He's got great stuff. He's fun to watch.
But tonight, Ervin, although he pitched very well, was totally overshadowed by the offensive attack by the Travelers. And the BC Powder player of the game tonight, Tommy Murphy, for hitting a home run from each side of the plate. BC Powder is the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers. BC gets into your system fast, and it goes to work fast. For headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Nathan and I will be back to wrap up this broadcast and the post-game report after these words on the CSN Radio Network.
Son, you're a young man now. I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk about men and women.
I know all about that stuff.
Well, you might know a little biology, but do you know how to treat a woman?
I guess I could use a little direction. So how do I treat a woman, Dad?
You know, I'm not going to tell you. You have to figure that out by yourself.
How?
Well, first I suggest you watch a lot of bad TV and violent movies and observe how women get treated there.
Okay. I'm kind of doing that already. What else?
Well, let's see. Oh, yeah. When you're at school, be sure to take careful note of what irresponsible older boys say.
I sure will.
Sometimes the only message boys get is the wrong one. Many young men need advice and direction on how to behave towards women. You can help provide it. By teaching boys early that violence against women is wrong, you can help prevent domestic violence. For tips on what to say, visit www.endabuse.org. End abuse. Teach early. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council and the Family Violence Prevention Fund.
Sing me to sleep. Sure, sweetie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. You're a ball of gas that's very far. 32 light years in the sky. 10 parsecs, which is really high. Helium, carbon, and hydrogen fused to make our starry friend. When it enters supernova stage, it explodes with bursts of rays. And if the star's mass is big and bold, it will become a big black hole. And if the star's mass is big and bold, it will become a big black hole. Mom.
By the 6th grade, many girls lose interest in math and science, so it's up to parents to help create a brighter future for them. For some simple ideas, go to girlsgotech.org.
A public service announcement brought to you by Girl Scouts of USA and the Ad Council.
At Raywinder Field, 11-1. The Arkansas Travelers winners over the Wichita Wranglers. And we'll wrap up the Allstate Insurance postgame report. Don't forget, Allstate Insurance, always in good hands with Allstate. Nathan, I think we've added just about everything we could to this ball game. We saw a little bit of everything from the Travs today and the fans. There was a lot of power from the ball club, 2 homers by Murphy. Everybody contributed, whether defensively, offensively, or on the pitcher's mound. Fans had a great time tonight. There was lots of mirth and merriment. Yes, there was. Maybe a little budge at times, but that's okay. And our esteemed league president, Tom Kaiser, not only was able to sign plenty of books, but he also got the word caucus onto the broadcast. And whenever Tom's involved in any kind of verbal display, he's always going to use words that people usually don't hear.
I forgot to mention this to you. When I was on my roundabout out there, had one of your Petit Jean dogs. Very, very, very moist.
They are moist. And the buns are the part that's a little moister than the dogs, but the dogs are just outstanding. Love them. And I'm glad you noticed the moistness of the buns.
Outstanding.
We'll wrap up the broadcast here. Again, the final score from Little Rock, 11-1 Wichita. Now running through the official totals. Wichita, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error, and 7 stranded. The Travs score 11 runs on 15 hits with no errors and 8 stranded. The winning pitcher is Ervin Santana, as he is 2-0. The losing pitcher, Devon Lowery, is 0-2. Time of game tonight, 2 hours, 52 minutes. And the paid attendance, 3,331. The final game of the 2005 opening homestand is tomorrow. If you haven't seen this ball club, folks, and you've been planning on coming out to Raywinder Field, they've been playing some spectacular baseball. It is rare that a Travs ball club wins 8 of 9 games on a homestand, and they have a chance to do it tomorrow. So come on out. Tomorrow you can pick up a discount ticket at any Little Rock area Shell station, and there's also free tickets in Morrilton and Atkins at Petit Jean Meats, speaking of the hot dogs. Also available at Sonic Drive-In, the Petit Jean Country Headlight, and our radio affiliate up in Morrilton, KVOM. First pitch tomorrow night at 7:10. We'll have the ITT Tech pregame show at 6:45. Starting pitchers, left-hander Daniel Davidson for the Arkansas Travelers. Pitched very well in a victory over Springfield, his first time out. Thad Markgrave takes the hill for Wichita. No wins, no losses, has not allowed a run yet. Again, the final score from Raywinder Field, the Arkansas Travelers 11 and the Wichita Wranglers 1. For my partner Nathan Christian, for Josh Harrison back at CSN Control, and everyone down the line on our radio network, thank you for tuning in. Folks, we'll be talking baseball again tomorrow night.
The Arkansas Traveler postgame show was brought to you by Allstate Insurance. See your nearest Allstate Insurance agent anywhere in Arkansas today. And remember, you're in good hands with Allstate. Arkansas Traveler Baseball has been a presentation of CSN, the Creative Sports Radio Network.